Hello, what's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome. Uh-oh.
Hey,
Audio.
hello.
There's a few of me. Welcome. Fine Tuesday to you. I had my Twitch volume up. Good to see ya. What is up, Dylan, Hunter, Doug? How are you? The Juice Caboose, PG Stilts, welcome. Dog of Myth, good afternoon to you. Loki Sees, how is everyone doing today? Oh man, I am hyped. We got some standard fun. We got like 5 different decks that I'm excited about. We're starting with some Toad Sagas, some Fraud Sagas. This is a viewer deck actually, that was sent in, and it looked really interesting, and I want to play it for a couple of reasons. And this is what we're starting with: the Tatsunari Toad Rider Rakdos Enchantment Saga deck that looks really good. I don't know if it's competitive, we're gonna find out, but I'm excited to try this deck. TJ Froggery and Motive, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscriptions. Big scoop cheer for you. Elos, Echolos, Dylan Hunter, how is everyone doing today? Welcome. So this is deck number 1, Rakdos Toad Sagas, and I want to play it for 2 reasons. One is Tatsunari's sweet, and I want to see if Tatsunari's good. 2 is, this deck has a ton of the new sagas. Like, it's got Fable the Mirror Breaker, it's got Tribute to Hirobi, it's got Life to Toshiro Yumezawa, it's got Okobi Record Raid, it's got Keminaru Faces Kazan. Oh my goodness, that's a long name. I've never actually read this card before. It's got a lot of word letters on it, but we got a ton of sagas. I want to see if these sagas are good, because I was pretty down on them during spoiler season. So not only do we get to see if Tatsunari Toad Rider works, but we get to test out a ton of new sagas in this deck. So that's deck number 1. On the backup list, the spice continues. I don't know what we'll get to today, but these are the decks that I'm excited to try out. Ooh, let me see, Elf. We also have the Kami War. This is a Elian Trazi special, which is kind of neat just because Kami War. So I'm interested in seeing if Kami War can work. That's on the backup list. We have Naya Modify. I've been really high on Thundering Raju. I think Thundering Raju, really powerful card. This is an infamous small Japanese tournament deck. Everything with +1/+1 counters, right down to the Fearless Fledgling. We got Kodama to ramp a bunch and get a bunch of basics. We got AO, we got Thundering Raju, so that's on the backup list. We have Brilliant Restoration, another infamous small Japanese tournament deck, which is kind of standard living end almost. Discard channel cards, Brilliant Restoration, get back a bunch of turtles and crabs and dogs from the graveyard, and then we got Esper Super Friends. So that is our list for today. We have so many sweet deck lists. This is actually a competitive one that someone played over the weekend. All the Planeswalkers, the one creature is what I thought was like the worst ninja, but I guess it's kind of sweet. So just play a bunch of Planeswalkers and see what happens. So that's what's on the list for today. Oh, wait, what's stuck? The stream isn't loading. Oh no. Yeah, try refreshing and you should be good. But we are starting with Rakdos Toad Saga. So hopefully everyone had a wonderful weekend. Noah Kaiba Record Raid. It's in there. We got it in there. If it's a saga that's in our colors, it's pretty much in the deck. So Bobby Blood Sugar. Bobby Blood Sugar. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Hey Seth, a while ago I crafted a Moriat Mill deck. One of my favorite combo decks, but Thassa's Oracle got banned out, so sadly the rares I spent went to waste. Arena problems. I got good news for you, Luke. We might be playing some more yet on Against Odds this week, so maybe you can put them to use. Swing for 0 for the 52nd month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. The hype train is running. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoop cheer for you. Thank you. I mean, I guess that's true. All tournaments are kind of infamous small Japanese tournaments, aren't we? Do we have any green or red to activate Tatsunari? So actually, oh boy, this week on Big Brain Boobs Gone Bad, the original list had a bunch of pathways, and I kept drawing these blue pathways when I tested the deck, and I was like, I don't have any blue cards. Why are there all these blue pathways? That's super weird. I'm just gonna cut them and play more Rakdos mana. They were apparently to turn on Tatsunari, so maybe I should add the pathways back to the deck, because maybe it's actually relevant to turn it on, so I will add them back in. But anyway, let's do our reminders, talk about this deck, jump into our games, fix the deck, jump into our games, start playing Magic, then we talk about our weekends, we talk about, I don't know, Street Fighter C or Lair Drops, whatever y'all want to discuss. I'm hyped for it. So replay YouTube, as we invite all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube, yesterday we played some enchantments for Budget Magic in Standard. Question on Budget Magic, chat. How would you feel about Standard Budget Magic basically not being a thing anymore? I've been thinking about this for a while. Adam Shake, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. How would you feel about Standard Budgets Magics basically just not being a thing? I feel like standard budget is really hard in the era of Arena. I don't know how valuable it is. So, well, I mean, it wouldn't be going away. It would be refocusing on like modern and pioneer, non-arena formats, basically, because it's really sweet. You can play some like free on Magic Online Pioneer decks and really cheap modern decks that are really sweet. So I would be mostly moving away from doing standard on budget Magic and refocusing on non-standard formats, just because so much of standard's on Arena, and the way wildcards work, it's just so hard for budget to even be a thing. Like, I don't know what you open. The cards that you get are different than the cards I get. Wild cards are all really expensive. So I don't know. If you got thoughts on it, I'm definitely interested in hearing. There's definitely more Pioneer on the way because Pioneer is awesome. A reminder that our sponsor to date is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, you can get it from over at cardkingdom.com. Even get a free goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes and they'll hook you up. Also, speaking of the website, going up later this week on mtggoldfish.com, I got 50 free decks that you can play on Magic Online for Pioneer and Modern. 50 decks that you can play with the free card rental programs. Really hyped about that article. I think it's going to be really helpful for people because we've been playing some of these decks on like budget Magic and they're good enough to win with. I think it's really possible to play Magic Online for free. So I hyped about that article. Mr. Peaches, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You doing budget for Arena is the only reason I play it. Ugh. All right. Well, that's a reason not to drop standard budget Magic altogether and just do exclusively older formats. Like, if it is helping people, then I want to keep doing it, for sure. So anyway, Discord. Check it out if you're interested. Merch page, tokens, t-shirts, playmat, good way to support the stream and the channel and the site. Donations always appreciated, never required. $2 or more gets your message read on stream. And let's add the pathways back into this deck, and then we will talk about this spicy brew. All right, so this deck. This is, as I mentioned, a viewer-submitted deck. It is from, I don't remember the name, but it is on the deck list. So this is a Rakdos Saga Toad enchantment deck. Where's the other pathway? What do we need? We need blue red. This is a Rakdos Saga. No, we got blue red. We need black blue. There we go. So this is a Rakdos Saga Toad deck. The idea of this deck is twofold. For one thing, we're looking to check out the new sagas. We got all the new sagas. We got Fable the Mirror Breaker to turn into Kiki Jikis. We got Tribute to Hirobi to make some rats and draw some cards. Life of Toshiro Yumazawa to kill some stuff. We got Okaba Reckoner Raid, which turns into a 2/2 eventually. Same with Kamano, turns into a 2/2. So we have all these sagas. Why we're playing all these sagas are hopefully because they're good cards, but mostly to support our big payoff, Tatsunari Toad Rider, a black Enchantress card. Normally black doesn't get Enchantress cards. When we cast an enchantment, we get to make Kimi a toad friend that drains whenever we cast an enchantment, and then we can take and make our stuff unblockable with the help of Tatsunari. So the idea of this deck is we're going to play some sagas, we're going to play Tatsunari, we're going to make a frog, we're going to play more sagas, we're going to drain our opponent, and that's basically the plan. It's like weird Toad Saga Rakdos aggro, essentially. So that's what we're starting with. Hey, what's up, Dirty Jetos? How are you? When standard has been cheap because of set rotation in the sets, Oh yeah, there are. Yeah, the decks. I want to just get as many free decks as possible. My idea of this article is to have it be an ongoing resource that I'll like update every set. So it'll just be a constant thing. If you're ever looking for a new free deck to play, or if you have a free deck that you can get with the free card rental programs, definitely send it to me and I'll add it to the list next time. Hey, what's up, Stone Rain? How are you? So how are these sagas? Are we going to be pleasantly surprised by the saga power, or are we going to be disappointed? Kimi. Kimi. It's got to be Kimi, right? I don't know. I'm very bad at pronouncing Japanese words, apparently. I feel like budget Magic for standard, especially with Arena, is a much smaller niche than budget Pioneer or Modern, which has way more possibilities and path to upgrades and won't be obsolete in 10 months. I think that is true. Wow, sagas for days. Well, I mean, I guess we can see how good these sagas are. We have 4 sagas in hand. Kami. All right, Kami, that makes more sense. Hey, Seth, they finally made an Arena account. I can't believe the word storm is banned on there. Wait, storm is... the word storm is banned? That's... No. How can... How can the word storm be banned? Storm is a magic. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Arena. Oh, dear. It is not like the saga. Uh-oh. Not off to a good start. Okay. We're going to... Oh, desktop. Ooh, avert your eyes. Actually, it's not too bad at the moment. All right, let's see if we can do this again. Wow. Yeah, the Sagas killed Arena almost immediately. Oh, let me see, Doug. Kamigawa EDH League. Ooh, Light Paws. I played against Light Paws in Pioneer the other day. That card is so scary. It's like ridiculously frightening. We do need a fail emote, don't we? Did we time out already? Come on. Oh my goodness, it takes so long to load. Quirta for the 22nd. For the 22nd month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. Hey, Seth, I received deck box and sleeve from the stream giveaway. Very happy, and now I'm a cooler player in my playgroup. Awesome. I'm glad they made it. Sorry it took a bit, but I'm glad they got there. I guess we're still in this. It would have been nice to... get down one of these on turn 1, but I guess this is still fine. I mean, we still got a million sagas. Boom. Out of here, Fang is Shigeki. No death touch for you. Oh, wait, Tamio. Who's playing Tamio Safekeeping? Who is playing Tamio Safekeeping? Oh, no. Okay. Well, all right. We get smacked. Hopefully this is fine because we get to do it again. These lore counters are going to happen twice. Take 2. Please die. If you do this again, opponent, I swear. Oh my god. Okay. Kill it. Oh, well, we emptied our opponent's hand. As they cast all their sagas. Play another saga. Pass the turn. Wow, so many subs. The hype trade is rolling. Arocalypse handing out gift subs to Fork and Jarip VGC and Luke and Nexus and Savannah. Welcome y'all to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank ya. All right, so saga number 1 flips. We could use one of our payoffs. I think we... What is happening? Why can't we play that? Why is this? Oh, that's a swamp. That looks like a mountain. Thank you so much for the gift subs, Arocalypse. Doesn't that look like a mountain? Just look at the colors, not the mana symbol. Doesn't that look like a mountain? That looks like a mountain. Well, I guess in that case, we're going with tribute to Hirobi. I even manually tapped it. That looks so mountainy to me. Well, play another one of those. I mean, the art looks awesome. It just looks mountainy. About it. Getting rats. Ooh, Hallowed Haunting. Okay. I am a little worried about Enchantress because we are not good at killing enchantments. That's not something our deck does. Our deck does well. We don't really want to block the rat. Red manas? Red manas, please. Red cards. Okay. Well, make a rat for our opponent. Yeah, this mana screw could be an issue. Not being able to cast our cards is problematic. How long are your streams normally? Hey, what's up, Brugger? How are you? I looked, hopefully you got my email. I looked at your decks a little more in depth. The Artisan decks look pretty good. The most powerful of the bunch seem like they actually could maybe compete in standard proper. Blue Cheese! Oh, don't worry, Blue Cheese. Pioneers on the horizon on the YouTube. It's a coming. Yeah, the sack decks in specific look good. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Ooh, red mana. Oh yeah, Kamigawa was so sweet. So sweet. This set's really, really good. Are we dead? Well, we get to steal the rats, which helps. We could use some toads. We have not done well with the toads. All right, flip. These all flipped into creatures. They're just not very good creatures. Drag, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really wish this was a mountain. Hey, happy birthday, Raging Goblin. Oh, do I have to sing? All right, chat. Let's. Wow. All right, blinks it. Interesting. We still get the rats though. Well, I mean, Shatter Skull Smashing, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I mean, we're staying alive, but if our opponent gets to start making spirits, that might be an issue. That could be a problem. Well, pass the turn. We get back our Saga. Opponent gets more rats. All right, chat. Do you know Happy Birthday? Actually, the problem is, I think Happy Birthday is probably copywritten, so if we sing it, we're probably going to get a takedown notice. I don't know if I know the VeggieTale rendition. That's the one VeggieTale song I apparently don't know. Opponent attacks with everything. Well, we will block here, block here, block here, block here. Hopefully our opponent does not have more shenanigans. Come on. All right. Tameo safekeeping number 40. Well, opponent gets a rat. We get to loot. Yeah. Discard. Ooh, that's Tetsunari. All right. Boom. We have found the toad. Oh, we should have played our mana differently. Because we got to play this on black now. Life of Toshiro Umezawa comes down. We will gain 2 life. We will pass the turn. Oh, the Sagas are stacking up. Happy Birthday is public domain as of 2016. Oh, we're good. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday. I don't know if we can actually. We have too many people. There's too many of you, lovely people, to actually sing happy birthday to everyone, I think. Plus, after the VeggieTale singing, do you really want me to be singing happy birthday? Yeah, that's the bass part. About it. Fires up the lair of the Hydra. Attacks with everything. So, you block here. You block here. Opponent has 1 card. So those die. I mean, actually, we can let the toad die, right? Because it's just going to come back anyway. So block here and here. Block here. Block here. Take 4. Yeah, the toad. So every time we cast an enchantment, we get a toad. However, we can only ever have 1 toad. So it's worth chumping with the toad because we're just going to make it again anyway. And we're about to flip a lot of Sagas. Maybe these Sagas are actually good. Generous Visitor. Sure. Okay. Here they come. Can we kill anything? No. This wedding announcement's super annoying. Well, gain 2 life. Yeah, we still got a rat. We got a rat. Flip it. Kiki-Jiki arrives. Flip it. Echo of Hirobi arrives. Go to combat. Get in with Hirobi. Sack the rat. Ooh, Immolation. All right. That kills that. Makes a toad. Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it, Tetsunari. Tetsunari's doing it. Okay, land on red. Kiki number 2. Drain you. I think we stabilized. I think it's happening. All right, Spirited Companion. Uh-oh. This is what we were worried about. Here comes the enchantments in the big spirits. About it. Yeah, it's actually not bad against aggro. Ooh, there's our blue mana. All right, so let's flip. We probably just discard the land, honestly. Transform the Saga. Discard the Pathway. draw a swamp. Not much better than the pathway. All right, so how do we do this? This can copy Echo of Death's Whale. Get all those rats. Hey, Seth, was listening to your take on fair versus unfair. All right, attack. Let's see if we can do this without losing. So we're going to sack the frog and trust that we're going to draw an enchantment. Oh, that. All right, Emulation, that counts. Sack. Ooh. Memory of Toshiro, I guess. Yeah, that's not very good. We'll sack it. Draw a card. Oh, Meatball. The Meatball Massacre. Hey, Seth, I was listening to your take on fair versus unfair on the podcast, and for me, I always think of old school mid-range as the fair deck, just value creatures, one-for-ones. However, I also feel now that most decks need to be a bit unfair to compete, mid-range running Meat Hook in the current standard, for example. So you would consider... So you would consider, let's do this. Make a frog. So you would consider Meat Hook with is an unfair card? Interesting. I would still consider that fair. For me, when I think of fair versus unfair, and I'm curious what the rest of y'all think, chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, play the land, pass the dirt. I'm curious what the rest of y'all think. What makes a fair deck or an unfair deck? Oh, maybe it's worth sacking the other Hirobi. Done. Oh, taking down Enchantress with a pile of frogs and sagas. I mean, I consider Raz pretty fair. Pretty fair and mid-rangey. I think of it mostly combo versus non-combo. Yeah, I totally agree with that, Savage. That it's not really about power level, it's about play style. A bad spell-based combo deck would still be an unfair deck, and a really strong mid-range creature deck would still be a fair deck. At least that's how I view it. Well, I think the easiest shorthand is probably Fragas, indeed. The easiest way to think of it for me is if you're beating down with creatures, you're a fair deck. Like if that's your main plan for winning the game is to play creatures and attack with them and kill your opponent, then you're pretty much the definition of a fair deck. On the other hand, if you are not winning that way and you're winning with spells, you're winning with 2-card combos or whatever, then I would consider you an unfair deck. I would definitely consider Meatball Massacre to be a pretty fair card. All right, Duress. I wish we had enchantment removal. If only it existed in black. When are they going to give us some enchantment removal in black? I think it's unfair. If you think about it. I mean, what? 3 colors get artifact removal? Why don't only 2 colors get enchantment removal? Honestly, I think I'd rather lose to Enchantress and play black artifact removal. Winota kind of walks the line because it's like a creature beatdown deck that's also a combo deck, or at least combo feeling. So there are situations where that line of thinking falls apart because Boggles is beating down with creatures, but I definitely would not. Oh, we should probably sideboard, shouldn't we? But I would definitely not consider Boggles a fair deck. Sorin in, Velky in. Oh no, the time is running out. Duress is in. Ooh, all right, run it like that. Lotus Field Control is interesting. So I think Control is a fair archetype, but it isn't. Well, it does kind of win with creatures, right? Like a lot of yeah. This deck seems sweet so far. And it's playing all these sagas that I was super, super down on. We played some red-black artifacts last stream, yeah. It felt, red-black artifacts, I wanted like a core vault. I wanted a finisher of some kind. When we got all of our pieces set up, it felt really good, and it did some really sweet things. On the other hand, we had games where we didn't, oh my god, I swear this looks like a mountain. They look so much like a mountain. Well, this is fine. We don't need red mana anyway. Who needs red mana? Did you see the Pioneer Challenger deck leak? Oh, I did not. Wait, that's a thing? I'm going to have to try to look this up. I'm very curious. Wait, is this a thing? Google is not showing me anything if I try to search for that. If you have a link, send it, because I'd love to see it. Well, Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Ooh, it's better if we wait till after the... Yeah, that's fine. We gotta get it down. Start making our creatures. Boom. Go. Sateni Uprising, Anj, and Immersed Predator have been finishers, been running red black artifacts. Yeah, so I think maybe it's just that the build that we played was not running enough finishers. Because that was my main criticism of the deck. When we had time to get all of our pieces set up, it felt really, really good. On the other hand, when we didn't have our pieces, we just kind of got run over. So I wanted a way to win without finding all the pieces, just kind of a free win style. Like Corvold, you can just slam it, or a Bolas' Citadel, you just slam it and it can win by itself. So maybe I just need to add some ands or something. Well, double Meat Hook Massacre. Opponent gets a Plains. Well, yeah, let's run out the Toad Rider. Pass the turn. Let's take a look at this. First images of Pioneer Challenger decks potentially leaked. So, Winota, Jund Sacrifice, Jeskai Ascendancy combo, and blue, white, and Soul Artifact. I mean, that seems pretty sweet. I wonder, we don't have prices for these, right? I'm interested. I'm interested how much they're gonna cost. Although at the same time, this is a leak. It wouldn't be that hard to make this up, so it could very well be fake. But I mean, Winota's a legit deck. Sacrifice is a legit deck. We need more Pioneer Challenger decks. Ay. There's a Hallowed Haunting. Well, I guess it's Sorin time. Sorin. Start drawing cards. Yes, we'll draw the land. Hit ya. Oh, can we race the Hallowed Haunting? Opponent untaps. It was 40 each. Oh wow. I mean, if they're $40, that's excellent. Excellent. It's funny when they announced the Pioneer Challenger decks. I was like, I don't know. Does anyone care about Pioneer? But since then, I've started playing Pioneer again, and Pioneer's just amazing. Ugh. All right, opponent going off. Gonna get the Toad Rider. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Okay, well, play this on blue. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. We might be able to get the timing set up so we can meatball away the board and then flip into Kiki Jiki. That would be sweet. Could use Mech Titan as a finisher on black-red artifacts, or even Explosive Singularity. Oh, but you gotta have enough artifact creatures. That's the challenge of Mech Titan. If you could sack non-creature artifacts, oh my goodness, it would get so much better. Well, we're gonna double block. I'm sure our opponent has Tamiyo's blah blah blah, because they always have it, but we're gonna Wrath anyway with Meatball, so. Sweet, get a Seth stream to break the monotony of escrow accounts. That sounds not that fun. All right, opponent has a channel land. Sure. Well. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll discard the land. Maybe just the land? How do we want to do this? Opponent's at 11, so we're going to Meat Hook Massacre. Oh, good afternoon, Affinity Discord. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Pioneer seems like it might start squeezing into the paper slot that was standard now that Arena and the pandemic killed that seed. Oh my god. Speaking of Arena, so I don't know if you saw this. They announced. Maybe we discard Tetsu. Tetsunari seems so good. Can we discard a Meat Hook Massacre? Yeah, new Pioneer Challenger decks are coming. Opponent has one card in hand. You know what? I think we just let it go. Let's go to combat. Attack you. I mean, we're definitely planning on sweeping the board here. Well, we get a treasure from this goblin, so we'd be able to Meat Hook for 4 either way. So, I don't know if you saw this. Arena. So, Wizards announced that they're going to be adding another format. In response to people complaining about Historic and Alchemy and all that stuff, but it's not necessarily Pioneer. We wanted Pioneer, but Wizards said we're going to test out a bunch of different formats, essentially. So they announced Midweek Magic this week is Blast from the Past. Blast from the Past, it's essentially... I don't even know. It's Ixalan Forward. It's the sets that are on Arena, except you can play all the cards minus the ban list, which is mostly cards that were banned in Standard. What do you think of this format? What if this was the format that Wizards added? What if this is the other non-rotating format? Would you be satisfied? For me, I'm fine with them trying stuff out. That's awesome that they're trying stuff out. I love it, but I do not feel like that would be a satisfactory replacement for Pioneer. Yeah, I think we just sweep. We got to kill this Architect. So we'll just Meat Hook for 4. Sweep the board. And now we get a Kiki Jiki. Opponent, Tamil safekeeping. Not going to keep you safe here. Yeah, you can try, but not going to work. The meatball don't care. Oh. Basically. So it's basically like Historic, but without Alchemy, without, glorious cheese. Without Alchemy or anything like that. That is a really good card for our opponent here. Well, little bit sketchy. Yeah, Glorious Sunrise, it's slow, but if you get it down, it's so good. Could have played Tetsunari if you dealt damage to the X4. I mean, we don't get to choose what we damage, though, right? Well, play Tetsunari. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Make the frog. Now, maybe. Opponent's back up to 16 thanks to Glorious Sunrise. All right. Makes a Spirit. And opponent's going to town, drawing cards. Would not include Historic Anthologies. It would be a standalone thing. I honestly don't know if we can win from here. It's going to be interesting. Well, we will, I guess, take it. No blocks. Take 6. Yeah, to me, that doesn't sound like a very interesting format. Especially since we know Pioneer is an option. We were promised Pioneer, actually. So I don't know. There's just not a very big card pool. I don't even think people would really enjoy it. But I'm curious if what people want. Do people just want, like, okay, anything that's not Historic that lets me play my cards that have rotated from Standard? Or is it more specific than that? Because I want something like Pioneer. I want a format that's attached to paper. I want there to be some bond between paper and Arena, which seems to be fracturing by the release. Every set release, it's drifting further and further apart. So I want a format that, oh my god, touches Spirit Realms, makes a big dork. I mean, the big issue is this Glorious Sunrise, really. Also, yeah, this Glorious Sunrise is a big issue. All right, draw land, unfortunately. Go to combat. Attack, attack. We need a spirit to die, and then we can sweep the spirits. Opponent blocks. Blocks. No. Well, I guess that also works. All right, stuff dies. Land on black, pass the turn. Oh, the deck. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I gotta. Let me find the deck, and I'll get it in there. Opponent, gonna pop the dork. Sure. Glorious Sunrise beating us. All right, deck command is updating. I think that Pioneer would be huge for Arena. I really worry that the issue is Wizards doesn't want it to be popular. Like, I actually think there's a realistic shot that Wizards just doesn't want Pioneer to be on there because they want people to play formats where they have to spend monies. Toski, post-combat. Oh, they must have drawn it off Glorious Sunrise. All right, opponent passes. Another Toad Rider. Get a Kiki Jiki. Well, 1, 2, 3. Meathook Massacre X1. Yes. We are good at killing Toskies. Make a frog, kill your stuff. Okay, last card, Divine's Might. Well, I guess our opponent waited till after we made the frog. Kill your stuff, drain you. Hive of the Eye Tyrant. I just don't know if we beat this extra card each turn. Like, that's the problem. Hit ya. Exile. Ijanu. I wonder if Arena is reaching close to saturation in the player base and they aren't confident that Pioneer would improve the numbers all that much or retrain more people. So my thinking is this. My thinking is the reason Wizards is not gung-ho about adding Pioneer is it's a format that you don't got to spend money on. Like, sure, you got to spend money to get the deck, but once you build the deck, yeah, opponent just got so much repeatable value, too much perhaps repeatable value for us to keep up with. Well, I mean, yeah, we might have reached the end of the road here. Tatsunari. Past the turn. Like this, Glorious Sunrise is earning my respect. Like, here's why I think they don't want to put it on. It's not because it wouldn't draw in players. I think it's because it would draw in players. And right now, Wizards got a pretty good gig where the thing that people are playing is formats where they got to spend a lot of money. They're spending. No, jeez. Yeah, I mean, drawing an extra card each turn is pretty good. That is a powerful effect. They want people to be playing Alchemy. They want to be playing Historic. They want to be playing Standard. They want them to 1, 2, 3. Ooh, they want them to be playing formats where they have to spend a lot of money. That is my take. And if they add Pioneer and it becomes popular, that's people that are buying one deck and playing that deck for a long period of time and not having to buy the latest Alchemy cards, not having to buy Historic Anthology cards, not having to deal with a rotation. So I think Wizards is afraid of adding a format. I think they would rather add, they have to add something because the community's forcing their hand essentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, okay. Tybalt. What do we do with Tybalt is the question. Oh, why do they have flying? Oh my god, they all have flying and vigilance. Oh, that's absurd. 7 or more enchantments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, okay. Exile that. Oh, we're trying. We are trying our hardest. And this is another Tamio Amio safekeeping. Okay, so we get rid of that. We play the land. We make our frogs unblockable. We go attacking. We need our opponent to just draw all lands, basically. All lands, no enchantments, land. About it. Come on, hold. Honestly, I think it would have the opposite effect. Lair the Hydra, sure. And draws a card. Okay. And attacks Tibalt. Okay, sure. No blocks. Did they draw an enchantment? If not, I think Tetsunari gets there. They need an enchantment they can play to give their stuff flying, so it's block. Oh my goodness, they don't have it. Okay, so we get to... Oh, this is sweet. Play this, drain you. Pay 2. Make our stuff unblockable. Majigo's Reign of Truth, drain you. Go to combat. Swing. Are we going to win this? Is this a win? I cannot. Well, look at this board. Oh, through double Hallowed Haunting. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Wow. I can't believe that worked. I cannot believe we got there. People have been suggesting dusting as a solution to the wildcard problem, but won't it just encourage people to be even less creative since they won't have any jank cards hanging around in their collections? Would it? I mean, I think Arena already has that issue. Dusting, really, you don't like dusting? I mean, what? So if you don't like dusting, see, I like dusting compared to what we currently have. I think what we currently have is a really poor system, a laughably poor system. Opponent croaked. Any chance of against odds historic shrines? Yes, shrines will be on the against odds poll. Not for standard. I don't think they're that interesting in standard because we only have the 5 creature shrines. But for an older format, historic perhaps, or maybe modern or whatever, definitely gonna put it on the poll. So vote for it if you want to see it. So dusting, how most games like Magic Arena work is, let's say you, oh no. Let's say you open a pack and you get Tatsunari Toad Rider and you're like, okay, I don't really like Tatsunari. I'm not going to play Tatsunari. You have the option to trade your cards in for the cards that you do need. The way it works in Hearthstone in specific is you can trade 4 of your rares to get any rare that you want. So essentially, any of your 4 rares turn into a rare wild card. Same with mythics. You can trade any 4 mythics to get the specific mythic you want. So it's essentially a way you can manage your collection and get the cards that you need without directly spending money. You still gotta get the cards somehow, so it's costing something. But you don't have to just crack a ton of packs. You can turn the cards that you don't need into the cards that you do need. So that's what dusting is essentially. You turn your cards to dust, and then you can spend the dust on whatever cards you happen to want. I feel like it would be much improved system over what we have now, because it allows you to access the specific cards that you need. Like, one of my biggest personal gripes with how the arena economy works is it's very difficult to get the single card that you need. I've run into multiple times where I'm like, okay, I want to play this deck on stream. I need one more mythic. I didn't open this mythic. I need the last one to complete my playset or whatever. And the only thing I can really do is open like 30 packs and hope to get a wild card, hope to fill the wild card wheel, which is just such a... somehow Magic Arena has made me dislike opening packs, and I love opening packs. Like, I love it. I think Richard has told the story before about, like, waking up at last GB Vegas and walking out of his room, and I was just, like, cracking some Zendikar packs that were from the event the day before. So I absolutely just, I love opening packs, but Arena makes me dislike opening packs. Because it's just so not fun. The wild card wheel is pretty much the same as dusting. Is it? So Hearthstone has the equivalent. Oh no. Yeah, this is gonna be tough with us being so low on cards. Hearthstone has the equivalent of wild cards as well, in golden cards, which essentially work like wild cards. If you open a golden card, you can trade that single card. Yeah, we're super dead here. You can trade that single card for any card you want of the same rarity. So it's essentially the same as a wild card. So you get the yeah, we're just super in trouble. Well, play this thing. Golden cards are incredibly rare though. They are rare, but like mythic wild cards are pretty rare too. I think what is the rate on a mythic wild card? 1 in 30 packs? I don't know the exact rate of goldens in Hearthstone, honestly. It could be that it's way more than 1 in 30. I know it's not like super high, but it's got to be pretty comparable. I've heard amazing things about the Yu-Gi-Oh economy. Oh man, I just heard this. So I haven't played the new Yu-Gi-Oh game. I've heard a lot of people talking about it. I just heard, and this made me so jealous, because I know that it would go exactly the opposite way in Magic. Yeah, we're so dead. Yeah, game 2. I know it'd go exactly the opposite way. So here's the recent story I heard like a day ago about the new Yu-Gi-Oh game. So, and this is something that people have been asking for in Magic Arena for a while. So Arena implemented a system where, or the Yu-Gi-Oh game implemented a system where you would get your rewards for winning or for losing without conceding. And that's something I've heard people ask for Arena for a long time. Jay Zoller, longtime stream mod, something he brings up all the time is, I don't want to have to win to get my rewards. I love playing, but I'm playing janky, horrible decks, and I don't have all the cards because I'm trying to free to play. So it's very difficult to win. So I just want to be able to get rewards for playing the game, not necessarily having to win. So Yu-Gi-Oh put in a reward system where you get your rewards if you win, or if you just complete the match and lose without conceding. So what happened is people started abusing the system. People started abusing the system to take advantage of the fact that they could get rewards for losing. So what did Yu-Gi-Oh do? Yu-Gi-Oh took, and instead of being like, okay, we can't give people rewards for losing, this isn't working out, they quadrupled the reward for winning. So that was their solution, was upping the prize for winning times 4. Could you imagine that? So you still get gold for losing, or whatever the currency is, but you get a ton if you actually win. So that is how they incentivize people to not lose intentionally, to be able to get quick rewards. In a Magic, I would imagine it going totally the opposite way. First, we don't even have rewards for losing. Like, that's not even a thing. And then if we were in that situation, you know that they would take and just remove the reward for losing and make you go back to winning rather than upping the prize for winning. So it makes me super jealous when I hear about, oh no, we should have sideboarded quicker. It makes me super jealous when I hear about all these cool things that other games are doing that we are not doing. So I don't know, hopefully, 15 seconds is not much time. So I don't know, hopefully some of those things. All right, we kind of made it. Hopefully some of those things come to Magic eventually. Tingello, hello, how are you? Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully Wizards catches up at some point. I do think with the whole like Atla Fox thing, I do think there is some truth to the idea that Hasbro is not a gaming company, they're a toy company, and they might not be very good at running a modern game company. If there's one thing from that whole Atla Fox document that actually kind of stood out, it's that. And I think that might actually be true, that why Hasbro is good at many things, being a modern gaming company is not one of them. Alta, my apologies, Alta Fox. Yeah, would you be interested in seeing me play other games? I've always wondered if that would be fun. It might be interesting because I don't really play other games, so it would definitely be a learning experience. I mean, I think Hasbro is pretty good at making toys. Like, I don't know, everyone has Monopoly set. Nerf, I had Nerf when I was a kid, so I think they must do relatively well at some things at least. I've still been promising Storybook Brawl stream at some point. How many of you have actually played Storybook Brawl? But we gotta do the Storybook Brawl stream at some point because I just really enjoy Storybook Brawl. Don't counter this. All right. Well, I guess we maybe should have played them in the opposite order to try to play around that. This matchup feels really tough. I'm not sure how we stop this Hinata deck. Opponent hits us with the rats. Passes. Well, do some flipping. And is that a puff puff? All right, bounces a tribute to Hirobi. Annoying. Well, land on red. Tribute to Hirobi. Soul Ripper. Pass the turn. Ooh, Hasbro should buy Direwolf. That would be interesting. I mean, they could do that. I mean, everything that isn't magic isn't growing or shrinking, so I don't know if they're good at making toys either, making money from them. That's probably true. It does seem like they do throw a lot of money at strange things. Monopoly is such an awful game. I mean, yes, but I don't know. There were times when I played it as a kid and it was kind of fun. I don't think I could stand playing a game of Monopoly now. but back when you're a kid and you don't know any better, it's not the absolute worst, I don't think. Huh. Well, let's crew. Crew it up. Gotta combat. I mean, it's definitely not a great game by any stretch. Oh my god. Alright, opponent sweeps the board again. Well, play the land. Then the bugbear. If our opponent's gonna tap out, then we can do this, which isn't bad. Yes. So make the token, sack the token, grow the Soul Ripper, hit you to 10. Okay, can we overcome the Hinata? Can we do it? About it. Oh, please just die, control deck. About it. There's the Hinata. Okay. Not great, not great. Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Flip it. Gain control of the non-existent rats. Oh, but if they untap with this, it's so bad. So Wizards is floating Hasbro, and without them, they would be buzzed. I mean, I think that is essentially true. Commander Clash crew playing Monopoly. I had a friend growing up who would play Monopoly with his brother, and they would have games that would go on for like months. They would leave it like set up in a table in their basement, and they'd play it for like hours, and no one would win. And eventually, Monopoly, if you play by your like house rules, eventually it gets to the point where it kind of becomes impossible for anyone to win. So they just played it like literally forever. About it. Takes the beats. Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Play the Saga. Ooh, I don't know if you can beat an opponent that untaps with Hinata. That might not be possible. What is the worst game ever? What's the worst game you've ever played? I'm curious. Is it Monopoly? Is Monopoly the lowest tier? What is the worst game? Risk isn't that bad. There are some sweet politics. Opponent with the removal. Hits us for a bunch. Well, we will fire this. Oh, wow, opponent punted. We actually have lethal. Lero? Magic might be the worst. Magic's the best. Oh yeah, games like Candyland are. Oh, we had lethal there. We didn't miss it, right? Candyland. So games like Candyland, I think, are fine for little kids, but those games there's zero skill, right? Like, it is quite literally no skill. It's just 100% luck. At least Monopoly, there's some amount of skill. There's not a ton of skill in Monopoly, and it's still a lot of luck, but there is some decision. You got to choose if you buy the property or whatever. So there is some decision points. Games like Chutes and Ladders, yeah, Candyland, those are just how the deck is stacked. It's predetermined before the game even starts who's going to win, right? So for me, those would be the worst. Although I do think they have value for little kids. It does help you learn how to counter or whatever. That is true. They can be educational, but oh boy, how do we stop a Hinata? How do you stop? So most of our removal doesn't do it. I guess we can March of Wretched Souls, maybe Velki. The backside seems good. Sorin, Immersed Predator, go blank. Oh, we're just gonna keep trimming, I guess. Meat Hook's probably not very good, really. It's hard to actually kill anything with Meat Hook. Maybe we keep the Infernal Grasps. At least they can potentially kill. Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it like that. Oh, Chutes and Ladders. So what's the best non-magic game? Oh, Tic-Tac-Toe. Is Tic-Tac-Toe even a game? Does that even count? I played Backgammon growing up. Backgammon's kind of sweet, from what I remember. It's been a long time since I played it, but I remember it being kind of sweet. Battletech. I've never played Battletech. Oh, so chat, I got an embarrassing admission that I gotta ask you about. I've never actually played Settlers of Catan. How good is Settlers of Catan? Is that a game that I should actively be seeking out? It's a game that I hear everyone talk about as being great, but I've never actually played it. I've played Ticket to Ride. I've actually played that one, but I've never played Catan. Opponent. Wow, that's probably the best card off the top of your deck when you got no action. Well, play a mountain and yeah, I guess we tribute. Get down the tribute. Did you ever play Twilight Imperium? I've never played Twilight Imperium. Motive with the gift subs to Matrix. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. I mean, our opponent had so little going on. I think they just got excited and were like, I need to get value out of this. Play this on black. Whoa. Why are you jumping way over there? Play this on black. Demon Bolt smashing and who knows? Yeah, let's just overload on threats. Play the Toad Rider. But wait, what are we getting buttered for? What do I do now? I'm so confused. Oh my! I'm gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to change out these swamps. I swear to God. After this game, I'm gonna change out these swamps because every time I look at my battlefield, I think that is a red source. I'll flip it around, steal the rats. Opponent. Gonna kill the Hirobi, I assume. I'm gonna have to take them out of the deck. I don't think I can play with these. I just got them this morning, and I don't think I can play with them. Because at a quick glance, when you're streaming, it looks like a mountain. It's kind of like a doesn't it look like it looks just like a mountain until you see the little swamp symbol, but it's kind of like, do you remember the Dryad Arbor situation, with Dryad Arbor looking a lot like a forest, and people trying to abuse that to the point where wizards actually had to make a rule that would prevent you from abusing it. Awesome, dude! 65th month, #1 on the subcharts. Oh man, that's so impressive. Awesome, dude. Thank you so much. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. Opponent. Predator seems like decent sideboard deck, and our opponent's also having some mana troubles. They probably should have held on to that expressive iteration. Turn 2 expressive iteration, so bad. I mean, at least purple's not a color of Magic, so I think I'd be fine with a purple swamp. I've never played Doom Trooper. I know, that's crazy awesome, dude. Yoda Man, 45th month. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. So Dryad Arbor, from, I think from the vault. Let me pull it up. Dryad Arbor from the vault looks a lot like a forest. So the way that it was being abused, quote unquote, was people would play it in their deck and they would keep it back with their lands. So at a quick glance, you think it's just a forest. It's got the big green symbol and everything. So you think it's just a forest. And then at a critical moment, Dryad Arbor would pop out of the lands and, chump block something to stay alive and try to swing the game or whatever. So that was a thing that happened to the extent where Wizards actually, I think they codified it in the rules that you have to keep it separate from your lands because people were trying to trick people into thinking it was not a creature, essentially. Opponent passes. Well, has our opponent just given up? Seems like. Hit ya. I mean, we won't complain. We're up against a really good control deck, so we will accept the free-ish win if we need to. Play a what? Bankbuster? Draw a card with Bankbuster. All right, there's our Toad Rider. Opponent, your go. Wait, Magic players did something unethical. Tournament play, say so. I mean, is that even unethical? I wouldn't do it, because to me that feels sketchy. But if you're trying to win a pro tour, I don't know. It's so weird when it comes to stuff like that. Because let's say you're trying to win a pro tour, and it's not against the rules to have your Dryad Arbor, or it wasn't against your rules to have your Dryad Arbor, down with it's a land. So you just happen to have it with your lands, and it just happened to, pop out and block at a convenient time. I think if you talk to some pro players, they would say that they're just trying to get any edge that they can, essentially. I don't know if I would agree with that, but I think that there would be people who would argue from that perspective. Like, if it's not explicitly against the rules, then it's actually wrong for me not to do it, because my goal is to win the tournament, and that's my number one goal. So if it's not specifically banned and illegal, then I should be doing it. I personally don't feel that way, but I'm also not a super spike that's trying to win a pro tour. Jeremy, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. Besides that one combo, do you think you'll do something with Containment Construct? I think we'll play some Containment Construct at some point. It is a really cool card. I actually saw someone playing it with the Celestis in Standard, and it was kind of cute. I don't know if it was good, but it's interesting because, like, where do you draw the line with stuff like that? Is the pen trick, is that unethical? I don't know. Is the good game emote, when you don't really have good game, to hope your opponent attacks into a Settle the Wreckage, is that unethical? Like, where is the line drawn? I think they're very interesting questions. The pen trick. The pen trick is, I think that was that a Chapin classic? But the idea was basically you. What do we want to play here? Yeah, I'll just play the tab land. So the idea of the pen trick is to make your opponent think that you're going to take the combat damage. So let's say your opponent's trying to declare attacks. You reach over and grab your pen, like you're about to change your life total, to make your opponent think, oh, they're just taking all this damage. So they swing with everything, and then you have a combat trick or flash something in. They can take advantage of the fact that your opponent swung with their entire team, thinking that you reaching for your pen to change your life total is kind of a sign that you're not going to be doing anything. Yeah, that was a pretty famous pro thing at one point, I think, from what I remember. Ethics isn't about following the rules or not. It's what your intentions are on how you interpret them. Dryad Arbor is definitely obscuring your board state. I mean, is it obscuring your board state? Like, if you just take and have it sitting, because I mean, it is technically a land. Like, obviously, if you take your Dryad Arbor and hide it under a pile of land so no one can see it, I think that would definitely be obscuring your board state. But if you just take and have it in the back row with your lands, would that be obscuring the board state? I mean, obviously, like, Magic's better, I think, when this stuff isn't going on. Maybe some pros would disagree, and they think that, at the highest levels on the Pro Tour, all's fair in love and war type of thing. I think for me, Magic's better without that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I think it's definitely interesting questions. And I mean, a lot of this has mostly went away since we play digitally now. Like, you can't do a pen trick in digital. Probably the closest thing would be the, using an emote to try to get your opponent to do something you want them to do. Like the good game settle the wreckage thing. Expressive iteration. All right, this opponent is casting it. Boy, a lot of these Hinata decks. Opponent's casting it on turn 3. The correct time to be casting it. Opponent. Gets in, hits us. It's on your opponent to monitor your board state. That's true, but on the other hand, the Dryad Arbor looks so much like a forest. The original version isn't as bad because it actually looked unique because of its border, but the From the Vault one, wow, it does look just like a forest. So it's hard for me to blame someone for missing that, just because it is very forest looking. I'll get in with Hirobi. Hit ya. Well, play a Saga. All these Sagas have actually felt kind of good. Surprisingly powerful. Spikefield Cave, pass the turn. Maybe these Sagas are actually good. Super Nintendo, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. I'm playing Pioneer tonight. Do I play Phoenix, Orzhov Vampires, or Orzhov Sram Light Balls? Ooh, so this might be a little biased because I just got smacked by an opponent playing this deck, but I think the Light Paw Sram Aura deck is actually really scary. Quick question: when are they gonna make scratch and sniff MTG cards? I'm surprised they haven't done that yet. There's gotta be a scratch and sniff secret lair drop coming. There's gotta be. I would be absolutely shocked if we never got one. The question is, what card would you want to scratch and sniff? That is a Black Lotus. I would take how about a Black Lotus scratch and sniff secret lair drop? Hey, what's up, Gordius? How are you? How are you? Good to see ya. I had an opponent yesterday playing essentially all Sagas in Constructed. It's pretty good if the meta settles into Control Fest. Yeah, they're definitely good at grinding. Let's play the land on black. Go to combat. If our opponent starts casting a removal, we can fire up the Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Ooh. Yeah, I think we're going to do it. Hive of the Eye Tyrant. About it. Ooh, Fruitcake. Oh, Fruitcake is gross. Man Piggy, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your... Wow, opponent. Removal for days. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, we will sack, we'll draw a card, we'll draw another land, we will hit you down to 9. The problem is, this is where Hinata comes down. Yeah. Well, flip some Sagas. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Sack the captain. Opponent. Blocks Hirobi. Ugh. Oh, thank goodness it worked. Emulation comes through. Land on... Actually, let's just play Soul Ripper. Play Soul Ripper. Land on black. Wow, we're going to take down Hinata, I think, again. I think it's happening. Oh, yeah, what's the worst card for Scratch and Sniff? any of the food token cards would be good. Phyrexians probably don't smell very good. I've always assumed that Phyrexians smell pretty bad. You've had good fruitcake? I didn't know that good fruitcake existed on... Oh my god, another one. All right, Hinata again. And death. Ugh. Little bit too slow. We got close, but apparently not close enough. About it. On our upkeep, going to ping our stuff to death. Nada. All right, so there's all the targets. Makes a 4/4, draws a new hand. Not fast. We even got through a Hinata opponent. Oh, Reckless Stormseeker so close to being what we need, but not close enough. Yeah. Well, Fable. Play the tap land. Pass the turd. Pray that our opponent's hand is all lands. Stench of Decay. Yeah, Stench of Decay is not a... not very good smelling, I don't think. Opponent. Memory Deluge. I mean, if they don't hit what they need, I guess we still have hope. Like, we do have a scary board that can potentially close out this game. Oh, so close. Found it. Draws a ton. The problem is once they start Magma Opusing, it seems like they usually chain them. There's the blue mana for the Magma Opus. Yeah, once they start chaining the Magma Opuses, that's where things go real bad. You can see our opponent counting up the targets for Magma Opus number 2. Deck idea, Hinata Mirror Box, but to be able to cast Magma Opus for -4 mana. It turns into a ritual. It actually generates mana. About it. Gonna hit us. Yeah, so opponent definitely has another one, unfortunately. Well, we will not block. Ah, so close. Thank you for making that Greenway enchantment deck. Everyone is playing it, and it's super soft to my mono black deck. Ooh, what's your mono black deck like, Krulix? Opponent passes. Upkeep. Magmomas for 2 mana. The problem is they get another 4/4. Like, that's the issue. Like, that's the problem. There could be a way of maybe janking him out if our opponent wasn't wasn't also making a 4/4 every time they do this. Like, they're tapping us down, making a 4/4, drawing another Magma Opus. So we're kind of just locked, essentially. Opponent. Soulfire Eruption is almost impossible to resolve on Magic Online. I learned that last Commander Clash. That's one of those cards that works way better in paper. Maybe our hope is that our opponent taps out trying to target things with their Magma Opus. maybe that's our hope here. Oh, we need a Shrapnel Blast for enchantments. The blue lands for Tetsunari, which we haven't drawn yet, but you can pay a blue to make it and a frog semi-unblockable. And it turns out being able to cast 8-mana spells for 2 mana is pretty powerful. Alright, Magma Opus number 2. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Yeah, I don't think there's any way we can win. Discard. Yeah. Oh, Hanada. So many control decks today. Apparently everyone's playing control. What do you think about modern mono black Cabal Coffers Invoke Despair control? So I think that mono black Cabal Coffers could be sweet. I feel like that could be a very good archetype in Modern, or at least like a really fun archetype. So I think that actually has a chance. On the other hand, I don't know about Invoke Despair. I think that Invoke Despair is just not a very good card. So I would be surprised if Invoke Despair was actually something that could work in Modern. Maybe you could play it a little bit in Standard, but I just don't feel like it does enough for its mana cost. Plus in Modern, you have like Torment of Hailfire. You got tons of like big black spell finishers. So I think there'd probably be another option. So Cabal Coffers, mono black, yes. Invoke Despair, skeptical. A little bit. Do you have any fun Modern brews with neon cards? Specifically less against odds, but more fun but good decks. I love your Modern content. Well, Mistress Pearls, yeah. Actually, this week's Matcha Brew is a Modern Neo deck. A deck that I've been wanting to play for a while. It's some ninja action. The return of ninjas. Oh my god, we got a sideboard again. Yeah, so we're playing some Modern Ninjas on Friday for Matcha Brew. And I'm sure there'll be more Modern action coming too. But yeah, so there'll be some Modern this week. Yeah, I like the idea. I had this idea before Kamigawa release, but I like the idea of Cabal Coffers Urza's Saga in some sort of mono black, like big stuff artifact shell. Because then you can use Saga to get Expedition Map. We actually do have to sideboard. You can use Saga to get Expedition Map, and then Expedition Map can get Coffers, or it can get Urborg. So I think that could be a pretty sweet possibility. That's something I'd like to try out. We bring more Pioneer content. Yes, I'm loving Pioneer at the moment. So there's more Pioneer coming in the near future too. Pioneer's really good right now. I mean, Modern's good too. Modern's good too. Oh, no black mana. Well, I guess we can do stuff with red. Yeah, we'll keep this. The wrong pathway. Like mono black Tron without Urza's lands. Yeah, maybe. Probably something like that. Pioneer, so really, you like Pioneer better than Modern right now? What is the rest of chat think? Pioneer or Modern? You get to pick one. Just right now. It doesn't have to be forever, but which format do you prefer right now? It has been awesome to see Pioneer making a comeback, because it is just such a good format. Well, alright. Black mana. Modern is still my favorite format overall. It probably always will be. Well, no black lands, no keep, apparently. But Pioneer, I think, is in a really good spot right now. I really have been enjoying Pioneer. And I also really appreciate... Yeah, alright, well... Fair enough. Ugh. All right, can we not play Hinata again? Can we please, for the love of God, not play the same deck for the third time in a row? Yeah, that's one of the biggest upsides about Pioneer is it's just so much cheaper than Modern, especially at a competitive level. Like, you can play budget decks in either format, but Pioneer is really great. Pioneer is like the same price as Standard, really, like pretty close. Oh, the Modern Black deck, Mono Black deck looks fun, by the way. But if you look at Standard, like 300, 300, 265, 300, 100, 150, 200, and then you go back to Pioneer, 300, 400, 200, 190, 300, 300, 190. It's really very similar, except it doesn't rotate. It doesn't rotate, so you get to play your decks for a much longer time. And so far, Pioneer hasn't been hit by... Oh, no. Well, we learned the lesson last... Oh, wait, these are swamps. Okay, I was going to say, we learned the lesson last game. We can't keep hands with no black mana, but these very red-looking balloon lands are actually... They're actually swamps, so we're good. We're good. They'll be more Legacy, too. I do enjoy Legacy quite a bit, although it sounds like... Haha, not Hinata. It sounds like perhaps Wizards need to do ban different things in the format. Opponent, ooh, the Naturalist. Hits us with a rat. Yeah, kill the Naturalist. Play the Tapland. Tapland or Reckoner? And let's, all right, we'll play the Saga. Get the Saga down. I'm trying to build Pioneer deck around Tasha's Hideous Laughter and Oblivion Sower. Ooh, that actually sounds kind of hilarious. All right, another Naturalist. Oh, don't it? Rats us. Oh, this actually hilariously works. Double life to Toshiro Umezawa's gonna be able to kill it. All right, flip it around. Give us those rats. Oh, this is gonna be a good turn. So we get to go to combat, we get to attack, we get to hit you, sack a rat, draw a card. Land. Yes! Sagas for the win. Saga 1, give it -1, -1. Saga 2, do it again. Out of here. No cheap enchantments for you. Pass the turn. If you weren't making content, MTG Goldfish, would you play Alchemy or Standard? That's a good question. That's a really good question. I'll kill this thing. Pump this thing. Flip it around. Oh, if I wasn't making content, would I play Standard or would I play Alchemy? It would probably be a mix. I feel like that's probably a cop-out answer, but I think I would probably still play a mix. I think that I would most likely play Standard and Opponent. Done, done, done. I would most likely play Standard when the new set first came out, and I think this is what I'm gonna do anyway, but I play Standard when the new set came out because I like that it's tied to paper. It's kind of a tradition. And then when things get miserable in Standard and something's broken and Wizards doesn't ban it quickly, that's when I would move over to Alchemy, or I would play Alchemy after the Alchemy set comes out. And I think that's what we're gonna do this time. Like, my plan is, as far as Standard like formats, we're going to play Standard now and check out the new format. And then in 6 weeks or whatever, when we get the Alchemy release for Kamigawa, we'll probably try out some of the new cards in Alchemy too, because I love new Magic cards. And I think that's one of the things that makes me excited about Alchemy is I like that it's going to happen twice as often. I know it's got economic issues. We've covered them at length. So this isn't to minimize the economic issues, which are like a legit thing. So not trying to minimize that whatsoever, but I do like that that's kind of 2 set releases for every set release. We get to play Standard for 6 weeks, and then when Standard gets salved and boring, we can try new cards in Alchemy and then do it again. So I like that aspect of it. How long until they make Pioneer Masters and Ruins change the format like they did for Modern? That's my other worry. So, okay, my worry is this. My worry is twofold with Pioneer. One possibility is Wizards doesn't put Pioneer on Arena because they're afraid it's going to get too popular. And it's going to be a format where you don't have to buy a lot of cards, and they think it'll hurt their bottom line. So I think that is one of my concerns. Maybe they don't give us Pioneer on Arena because they're afraid it's going to cost them money. On the other hand, the other scary possibility is it's possible that Wizards gives us Pioneer, but then changes Pioneer so it can make them money. I'm not sure which one would be worse, honestly. Like, I don't know which one I'm scared about more, but that's another possibility. Is they're like, hey, you want Pioneer? All right, boom, here's Pioneer. And next year we're doing Pioneer Horizons, and we're going to put all these new cards in the format, which then would kind of, then it would kind of make Pioneer much more like Alchemy, as far as needing more cards to keep up on it, which I think would hurt the format. Like, I think one of the biggest things that Pioneer is going for is just how cheap it is. Better than Pioneer Masters is more Pioneer Challenger deck with good lands. Yeah, I'm excited to see what the Pioneer Challenger decks look like. How good are the Pioneer Challenger decks? Are they like legit good decks and good value? Or are they kind of like watered down, super safe decks? And we haven't seen yet. What we have seen from that leak is encouraging. Like, Winota's legit, Junsakt is legit. So it seems like they're going after legit archetypes. How much value do they include? Like, how good? What? Oh, they pumped it. Okay. I was going to say, well, how's this a 4/4? Pioneer Masters would be great. Like, I'm definitely down with Pioneer Masters. More skeptical of... Yeah, I guess we just Stormseeker and smack him. Stormseeker, play the Mountain Swamp, hit you for 3. So far we've played Control X2 and Enchantment X2. I mean, Pioneer Masters would be good. I don't know about if I want Modern Horizons and Pioneer. I love Modern Horizons. Love it, love it, love it. Still a defender of it. But I'm not sure if I want a Pioneer to go that same direction. This is kind of cute. So we get to play Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Make the token. Kill that. Haste up the token. Get a treasure. Opponent down to 12. Pass the turn. Oh, can we close it out? Can we close it out? I misplayed because I thought the opponent's mountains were swamps. Tell me about it. I've been doing that all day. I just bought these lands today, and I have done that so many times already. Uh-huh. Okay, so... Immolation down. So we can sweep the board and hit our opponent for 3. 1, 2. Well, I guess we can Hirobi too. All right, we'll discard and discard. I mean, this isn't bad. Discard, discard, draw a couple cards. Tribute to Hirobi. Make rats. Meatball Massacre. Sweep your board. Out of here. Get a bunch of triggers. One ya. All right, put it down to 10. So what's this deck trying to do? This is a Tatsunari. Oh boy. All right, that's a lot of card draw. This is a Tatsunari Toad deck. It's kind of Rakdos Enchantress, essentially. Hey, Seth, I don't know if Pioneer should be on Arena because of how bad Historic is right now with all the digital-only cards in Alchemy. Yeah, I mean, that is one of my concerns. Like, it is a concern of mine that... that there could be negatives associated with, with putting it on Arena. Huh. So we play this. I mean, I guess we just keep attacking. So play this. Go to combat. Haste. Haste. Copy. All right. So, Stormseeker Trot, attack you. Opponent blocks. Drops to 6. Pass the turn. Oh, that's a combo. Miog Massacre Kiki. Oh, that's kind of a combo. About it. All right, there's the dragon. Is it enough to save our opponent? Alana and Elena. Grows the Jugan. Angel Fire Ignition. All right, so opponent's going to go on the life gain plan. Haste it up. Hits us. Goes to 10. Well, we get Hirobi. Oh, and it gets Vigilance? Ugh. I don't think we can 10 him, can we? Alana and Elena seems kind of absurd. Wow, that was a great turn for our opponent. Oh, how do we do this? Is Historic doing bad right now? I don't much Historic, so I don't know personally, but it seems that streamers and whatnot I watch who like Historic are still liking Historic. Yeah, I don't know if Historic's doing bad. It definitely went through some controversy with definitely went through some controversy thanks to this is an 8-8. Well, maybe we're just dead now. That was just like such a ridiculous turn for our opponent. Huh. Is there any way we can get out of this? So we make Hirobi. That doesn't do anything. We're losing our timeouts. I do not. No, I don't even have a legacy deck. Not even close. Play this. I mean, we're just chump attacking, though. I don't feel like this does anything. Grow. Stormseeker. Copy Stormseeker. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do it. It doesn't do it. Not enough. So opponent blocks. Wow, so close. Did we do it wrong? Did I need to spread the pumps differently? Maybe? No, I guess it's the same either way. So our opponent goes to 1, but we can't get in the rest, and then they gain back infinite and we die. Wow, because we get 2 out of the Meat Hook Massacre. Actually, wait. Maybe this works, because we can stack the Kiki. All right. Oh, no. This isn't going to... Yeah, we're still going to end up just short. Opponent goes to 9. They block and block. 8-7. Yeah, we're 1 point of damage short. Oh! Wow, so close. I mean, there's not a... I don't know how you punt here. All you do is... Oh! The Kiki Sacks! The Kiki Sacks! There's that 1 point of damage! Wow. Maybe this deck's sweet. Maybe this deck, okay, that was really sweet. I was not taking into account that it sacrifices itself. That was a 1 point of damage we needed. Ooh, okay. Wow. I mean, I think that's a punt, but that was a positive punt. That was a punt that ended up working out in our fight. Let's do one more. Let's do one more with this deck, and we'll switch to one of the other decks. See, wow. Good thing we didn't scoop. Yeah, I forgot all about that one last sack. Wow. Oh, this deck's sweet. Am I going to have to apologize to Sagas? I was so harsh on these Sagas during spoiler season, but now they actually are like kind of good. This deck is working. This deck is actually like really working, and it's cool. Like, it's fun, it's interesting, it seems oddly competitive. We haven't done as much Tetsunaring as we would have liked, but ooh, vehicles. All right, sweet. We have not seen vehicles yet. I'm excited for this. Oh, Circle of Loyalty. It's still got time. It's still got time. Just give it a minute. Give it a minute. It's gonna get there. It's just the time hasn't been right for it yet. It's working up to it. Oh, is this a Grease Fang deck? Spicy. Bonus points for not conceding. That would have been an embarrassing loss if we conceded and lost as a result. All right, so opponent's gonna Grease Fang, but we are going to immediately kill the Grease Fang. Grease Fang Reanimator in Standard. That's interesting. Opponent gets it, hits us. Well, I mean, looks like Toad time to me. Tetsunari, let's make some frogs. Sagas are the mid-range dream. They're like adventures, multiple cards in one. It's true. I can see that comparison. All right, Bank Buster, sure. Well. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Make a frog. If you have a Kiki and a Meat Hook, you can copy the Kiki and deal 1 damage per mana with the end step triggers. Ooh. So I was thinking Meat Hook Massacre was just a sweeper in this deck, but maybe it's got a lot more synergies than I had actually considered. That's actually pretty sweet. So there's a little bit of a combo built in, kind of, actually. This deck is even sweeter than I thought. How's my day going? It is going less good. It is going less good. Well, that's legendary. Yeah. All right. That was definitely a punt. Good old hot shot mechanic, crewing up the Bank Buster. Actually, that was good. That kept our opponent from drawing a card, so we got him. Actually, it's pretty fine because we got another Tetsunari, but I got dumpstered on turn 3 by Grease Fang reanimating Hasted Ezekiel's chair. Yeah, I've seen that before too. It's really good. Okay. Well, this is problematic. Surge our mech, gonna shoot our stuff. Well, I mean, I guess this worked out fine because we're gonna have to sweep the board anyway. Opponent cruise. The Surge Hacker back hits us. Opponent's deck's kind of sweet. I have not seen this archetype in Standard, but it's kind of working for our opponent here. Oh, well, discard the land and discard the... Everything we do is gonna die. Maybe we don't discard anything. Maybe we just keep. This hand's fine. We got a Meat Hook. We need the option to Meat Hook at least. Yeah, all right, decline. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent. Oh yeah, 2 Kikis is kind of tough. I mean, it's possible. We do have 2 Kikis. All right, this works. So opponent's going to crew. We were actually hoping for it this time. Because now we get the hard sweep. So opponent blocks. Sure. So we get to get rid of the Bank Buster too. Opponent draws a card. That's fine. Well. Looks like meatball time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, meat hook X3. Out of here. All ya. All ya, all ya. Please, no more grease bags. We've got through 2 grease bags. If there's another one that's real tough about it. How many rares and mythics are there to craft this pile? Ugh. It's a good question. I mean, look at the deck list. It's listed on the deck list. It is 5 mythics and 32 rares. Although, of course, that includes the sideboard. Or does not include the sideboard. But that includes the mana base. Like, that is the biggest issue with Magic Arena, I think. The mana bases are just all so expensive. Now play Tetsunari. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Does this deck not even have green mana? They're just trusting the mech hanger? Risky. Oh, playing the tap land, pass the turn. Maybe we can get the 2 Kikis. Maybe we can get 2 Kikis going. About it, untapped. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the deck list, Hotshot Mechanic, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So half of the rares are the mana base. I wish the Arena would give us lands for free. That would be... I mean, they'll probably never do it, but that would be so amazing if they would. Opponent. Thinking. Passing. Yeah, the problem is that, like, commons and uncommons duels are just so powered down. That's kind of the issue. Like, they do make them, they're just so they're so tapped that it's hard to be competitive with them. They're fine for, like, casual play, but if you play a deck that's all tap lands and you play against someone who's not playing tap lands, you're at a really, really big disadvantage. Do you think we'll ever get the promised Arena economy stream? Seems unlikely, I would say. Yeah, let's discard both. Well, that didn't exactly work. Play a Soul Ripper. And yeah, we'll just pass. We could attack, but I don't think it's worth it. Opponent's got these big vehicles. Yeah, I mean, to me, the Arena economy stream thing, I mean, okay, I think it'll happen eventually. I think it was essentially a throwaway line where everyone was asking about it, and Blake just kind of said, oh, we'll do it in the future. I think, didn't they say that like a year ago and it never happened? So that makes me skeptical that they already said, oh, we'll do an economy stream and a year ago and it never happened. They might do one, but I would be surprised if it was satisfactory to players. Like, my guess is they do some sort of economy stream, but they don't really go, I don't know, they don't answer the questions that players want answered, and they just kind of talk about, you know, all the things they like about the economy and all the good things. Or maybe it's some like little, you know, I don't know, we'll let you hide the, you know, 16th copy of Duress. We'll have a filter so you don't have to scroll through them as much. But I would be very surprised if there was actually like a huge positive announcement to come out about it. Getting in with the mech. Well, his vehicles are pretty good. Crew. Block and block. Kill the mech. All right. Good top deck, please. Please. They just aired a new head of OP. I would expect an OP announcement, and I'm excited to see what Huey does. Definitely excited for that. Hey, what's up, Red Eyes Vampire? Good to have you. Welcome, welcome. Is there a date for the update of the MTO Beginners tutorial video? Yes, it is completed. The article is written. I've just been trying to find a slot to put it up in. So it will be within the next, oh boy, It'll be soon. It'll be going up soon. I've just been trying to find a day when we didn't already had another video going up to put it up. And we had spoilers and like top 10 videos and all that stuff. But yes, it is coming up very, very soon. Huh. Well, it might be meatball time. We kill all of our opponent's stuff. We lose reflections. I mean, that's got to be the right call. Meatball X2. And we get a drain. Yeah. All right, drain ya, sweep ya, lose our Kiki, unfortunately. Opponent's gonna crew the Bank Buster. Yeah, not a bad draw. And then we can still chip in for a little bit by making this unblockable. I mean, the Spellbinder could have blocked anyway, so because it had flying. This doesn't make it unblockable. It just gives it a unblockable by things except for flying and reach, which I don't really understand. How does... Why? Why would a frog be unblockable by things except with flying and reach? Like, what's a flavor of that? Is it the top of the frog, like, the tongue sticking out to go and, like, eat it or something? About it. Well, that's not the worst. That's actually kind of insane here. Drain you. Get rid of the hot shot mechanic. Wow. These random sagas are actually proving to be pretty good Magic cards. It's jumping? No. That thing? Look at that thing. That thing doesn't look like it can get off the ground. There's no way. There's no way. Well, I guess we menace in. Hit ya. Get rid of Azeka's Chariot in case they find Grease Fang. Down to 30. Wow, this deck's fighting and clawing. It's got some big rear legs. Like, look at it here. Look at that. That also does not look very intimidating. That looks like a little pet. It looks like it could live in my bathtub and eat Doritos. Alongside Shelly, my turtle. Well, ex-turtle. About it. Oh my goodness. Oh. Have you eaten frog legs? I know we talk about weird food a lot here. Have y'all ever eaten frog legs? I have this meta. I had a turtle, sort of. I saved it from hey, what's up, Tanos? I saved it from likely death in the road. And it lived in my bathtub and ate Doritos until it was freed by people who thought that was not the proper lifestyle for a turtle, which in hindsight, many years later, I think that they were probably correct that it wasn't the best lifestyle for a turtle. Do we need to exile the graveyard? Boy, so I remember, okay, this is a traumatic, I haven't thought about this in years. I think I actually blocked this out of my brain until someone brought up frog legs. Wow. So I remember I was a little kid. I went camping with a bunch, my family was there and also like family friends, a bunch of people went camping. So we went camping and this one guy who was like my father's age. So I was like a little kid. This was an older guy. Want to go catch frogs. So I went down by the lake and caught the frogs and then kind of just like brutally murdered them and ate them. And it was so, I mean, I'm a meat eater. So eating meat doesn't bother me at all, but just like catching frogs and just kind of like smashed them on the ground to kill them and then like just stuck them on the barbecue to eat them. And ever since then, there's no way I could ever eat frog legs. I wouldn't even consider it. Like, it's just that did it for me. It was ruined when I was, I don't know, 5 years old or something, like some very young age. About it. Going to block the land and drop to 6 and drop to 5. And we'll pass the turn. Can we close it out? Maybe this deck's just legit busted. Opponent, Bank Buster, go draw a card, Desperation Mode, try to find Greasefang number 3. Can they find it? Their vehicle's tapped, which is bad news for our opponent, and that's the GG's. Sagas, too strong. Oh my God. Actually, like, whenever I watch a documentary about how food is produced, it actually does have an impact and kind of like changes it. It's a tough. That is true. Nature is pretty rough. How are you, by the way, Tanos? Maybe this deck's actually legit. Just built this deck. I haven't tested it yet. Hey, have fun, Tuna Lady. It seems fun so far. Opponent. Vehicling, eh? Go blank seems good. Instant speedways to kill Greasefang seems reasonable. And I guess that's about it. We don't really want to duress, because then we're putting the vehicles in the graveyard. Oh yeah, how was the snowboarding trip? Did you take the trip you were telling me about, Tanos? That was gonna be in February, right? I think. Alright. Immolation does kill some stuff. Tanos, how was it? Was it a good time? With the gift sub to Torg, welcome to the fishbowl, and the 1301st gift sub from Tanos, which, wow, that is mind-blowing. Tanos, thank you so much. Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Chuck, good to see ya. Big scoop cheer for you. Thank you. All right, trim. And actually, you know what? Let's keep the Soul Ripper. Boom, run it like that. Chuck the Yak for the 31st first month. I burnt my foot, and now I'm virtually bedridden. How about tripling up on your stream schedule for the next couple of weeks? Oh, Chuck, how... I mean, I hate to ask this, but how did you burn your foot? Like, did you do the, like, walking on hot coals thing? Was it one of those? I'm sure the story is much less exciting, but I like to imagine, if I ever hurt my foot, I like to imagine it was because I was, walking on hot coals, obviously. Stepped on a waffle. Oh, just like Michael Scott. Well, I'm sorry, Chuck. That sounds very painful. I definitely was not laughing at your pain because burns suck. So hopefully you're feeling better, and I'll see what I can do about tripling up the stream schedule for you. Also, welcome back to the fishbowl. Big soup cheer for you. Stepped on a foreman grill. Oh. Opponent. Faithful Mending. Braid's really good against this deck, I think. So I mean, we're in okay shape. I put a cast iron pan of burning oil on the floor and ran around turning off smoke detectors, and I forgot where it was. My sock fried off. Oh, lesson is don't skip a day of Ritalin. Oh, Chuck. That sounds absolutely brutal. Oh, well, hopefully it heals quickly. And yeah, not fun. In the graveyard, nothing of note. Well, in that case, let's tribute to Arobi. We don't got to worry about Greasefang. Play it, make the Dokens. Kingo Sharks, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Is there no more Monday stream? Yeah, there's currently no Monday stream. We added some other stuff, working on some Commander stuff with like doing the Commander Clash podcast weekly and so forth. So something had to go, and the Monday stream ended up getting cut a lot anyway during spoiler season. So that was the thing that made the most sense. I still am planning on doing some like community day, like viewer submitted streams every month or two on a Monday just for fun. But for the time being, yeah, the weekly Monday stream has been replaced by other things. Well, all right, flip the Saga, make a rat. Huh. Well, play the land. Toad Rider. Go. Is there many reprints in Neon Dynasty? No, there's not really any relevant reprints, are there? I mean, I guess I'm trying to think. I think there's like a lower rarity card or two, but there were no high-end reprints for sure. I don't think you play tribute to Roby in a black sacrifice meta. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a risk that you're going to be giving your opponent stuff, which is awkward. It is pretty powerful, though. Ooh. Well, that's not bad. Let's see. Red, red. This is black. Black, black. All right, let's just play this. Player Saga. Make our frog. Snipe the Spellbinder. Smack ya. Down to 15. I'm literally shocked at how well this deck is working. I honestly did not expect this deck to perform nearly as well as it did. Thirst for Knowledge is a good one. Spell Pierce, yeah, Spell Pierce may be most notable for Standard. I think that was the first time that Thirst went into Pioneer as well, so... Any idea why SCG seems to be getting rid of their employees? Cedric, Corey, Ross. So SCG just got rid of essentially everyone that made spike-focused content. So my perception is, with organized play not really being a thing, and there not being tournaments to go to and qualifiers for players to try to, strive for to become a pro player, spike-focused content is just really on the downswing right now. Like, a lot of that content was geared towards people who were going to go to the next qualifier, go to the next SCG Open, go to the next whatever, and try to qualify for this or that or the other thing. Like, that was the whole goal of a lot of spike content. With no organized play, nothing to qualify for, there's just not much of an audience. So the Magic world has changed, essentially, where the focus is 100% on Commander, it's 100% on, semi-competitive play. And I think that's kind of what happened to SCG is the multiverse just changed around them. It's really sad to see. Krusty back at Prideful Pelican. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for the beard compliment. Big scoop cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, the stream baby is here, Krusty. Indeed. Opponent GG's. Ooh. So that's my perception. And we see this, and because SCG did keep like Ryan, who does limited cube content. They kept their Commander people. So it's not like they're getting out of the content business, period. They're just getting out of the spike content business. I feel very bad for all the content creators. That's the part I feel bad about. If competitive play doesn't sell cards, why is Ragavan $80? I mean, so competitive play is still there to some extent. Also financial shenanigans. Oh no, not at all. I think it's an interesting question. I mean, we've kind of seen the similar thing at Channel Fireball to some extent. Like a lot of people leaving Channel Fireball, which is, it's just very odd because those are two old standbys, really. Like when I think of old school Magic content, those are two of the biggest sites. SCG, Channel Fireball. I don't know if you remember this, like, do you remember like years ago, they actually kind of fought each other, not physically, but the players would like go back and forth, and like Channel Fireball rated Team SCG. There used to be Team SCG versus Team Channel Fireball. Those were like two of the top pro teams, and then Channel Fireball stole a bunch of SCG's players, and then later, SCG stole whatever Paulo from Channel Fireball. That was like the big drama of pro level play and a really huge deal. And now SCG doesn't even make content anymore. Not spike focused pro content anymore. Channel Fireball has undergone a lot of changes. Neither of them have pro teams. There's not even any organized play. The whole world is just so much different than it was in the past. I kind of want to try this. Ooh, Rakdos Toad Sagas. I mean, maybe we should keep... Do you want to switch decks or you want to do more Raktoading? We have posted we're 4-1. Maybe we keep going till we lose and then we switch decks if we ever do. So the other decks, I mean, I am curious to try the Brilliant Restoration deck, although it is a little bit blue-white control-y, but it's a really janky, fun style of blue-white control. More Rakdos. I mean, how can you say no to Toads? Do you think that Pro Play will come back? Do you think we'll ever see it again? All right, let's do one more with this deck, and then we'll switch. Actually, we'll just switch. 4-1. That's like a league. We went 4-1 in our league. Let's try the Brilliant Restoration deck, just for the memes. I want to see if it could even work. Pro Play stays on Arena. Yeah, I mean, we don't even really have much Pro Play on Arena at this point. This Kami War deck looks somewhat interesting, but I want to try Brilliant Restoration. Brilliant Restoration. This is a infamous small Japanese tournament deck. Top 8'd a small tournament over Japan. And the idea of this deck, it's kind of in a weird way like Standard Living End. So here's the idea. What we're trying to do with this deck is in the early game, we're just trying to stay alive. We're drawing cards. Maybe we counter your thing with Saw It Coming. Maybe we kill it with Wandering Emperor. And our goal is twofold. We're trying not to die. We're trying to find Brilliant Restoration, and we're trying to discard channel things for value. We got Greater Tanuki, the big dog, to ramp out lands. We got Mirror Shell Grab. We can discard to counter something. We got our favorite Colossal Sky Turtle to bounce something or get something back from our hand. Because what we're trying to do is get in a position where we're going to cast a Brilliant Restoration, which just reanimates all of our artifacts and enchantments, and get back Colossal Sky Turtles and Mirror Shell Crabs and Greater Tanukis, just this massive board of creatures by surprise, living end style, and just smashing our opponent in one massive attack. So that is the goal of the deck. It's kind of Standard Living End with a bunch of enchantment shenanigans thrown in. Otherwise, sideboard, more removal, more counters, pretty straightforward stuff. So that's a plan. That's the goal of the deck. Let's see if it can actually work. I miss the Hall of Fame. I honestly think that the Hall of Fame would be better if it included non-pro players, but I also have never thought that I should be in the Hall of Fame. But I do think Magic is so big, and there's so many ways to play it. There's so many people contributing to the community. I think that having the Hall of Fame narrowly focused on pro play I think it made sense in the 90s or the early 2000s, but I kind of think that it should be the Magic Community Hall of Fame at this point. And that is 1,000,000%, not because I want to try to talk people into putting me in the Hall of Fame, because I don't care about that. But think about like Mark Rosewater. Think about Richard Garfield. Think about the crew that created Commander, the most important format in Magic at the moment. Like, think about those type of people. I feel like those are exactly the type of people that we want in the Hall of Fame. Like, I'm pretty Aaron Forsythe. The list is very long of non-gameplay contributors who have been massively important to the success of the Rich and BDM. Those are other ones. There's like so many of those people. So I hope the Hall of Fame comes back. We haven't heard anything about it in quite a while, and I hope it expands to include those type of people who've just been so important to the Magic community overall. And I mean, I think my only concern with this is what I don't want it to be. And I mean, I appreciate all the kind words, everyone. I know you would all vote for me, and I'm super flattered that you would. But what I don't want it to be is a popularity contest about whose content is popular at the time. That's why I don't think that I should be someone in that consideration of this, but I would want there to be almost like the Pro Sports Hall of Fame, where you have to be retired for so many years or whatever, or have some period of time. Because I think it would devalue the Hall of Fame if it's like, oh, okay, this is, I'm going to use a horrible example because I actually really love this content, but I hate your deck. What I don't want the Hall of Fame to be is like, okay, I hate your deck. came out 6 months ago. It's really popular and it's really, really good. Okay, let's put him in the Hall of Fame. I think it's gotta, and again, I hate your deck. It's one of my favorite Commander series. So just using it as an example of content that's relatively new and gotten really popular, but I don't think that's what we want the Hall of Fame to be. I think it's gotta have more of a longevity, kind of contributions to the game type of thing. So that would be my only concern. Yeah, Sam would be a great example. Sam has made some of the loading ready run. That would be another great example. I'm trying to think, Evan Irwin, maybe, who did the Magic show and various podcasts, was kind of a pioneer in Magic content in the mid 2000s when no one else was doing it. Prof, I think, is like getting to that point where he's been doing it for long enough that I don't know what the time frame is. Like, how long do you have to do it for it to count? Or to be on the ballot? I don't have the answer to that exactly. I don't know what the right number is, but I do think there has to be some sort of number like that. But I think it would be very interesting. And I don't know, could you open it up to the community to vote? Could that be a possibility? Like, I don't know the best way to handle the votings or the inductions either. Before it was kind of structured like a pro sports Hall of Fame, where it was other players, I believe, and then like Magic journalists, like some content creator types. Like, I got to vote in the last couple of Hall of Fame ballots before it ended. Oh boy, this Doomscar is going to be pretty decent. I don't even know. We're taking 3? Maybe, you know, we'll just Doomscar, whatever. Sure. Out of here, Network Disruptors, Silver Ravens, bye-bye 1/1s. Hey Seth, what do you think about playing Infinite Kiki-Jikis into Meathook Massacre? So it's not really infinite, right? It's like mana, limited by the amount of mana you have. I do think it's very cool. Play the line. So we got one big channel creature. We need some more big channel creatures. Getting back one is not super exciting. We still need to find our Brilliant Restoration as well. About it. But I think it is a cool scenario. We were actually just playing a deck that had that synergy in it, and we never went like infinite, but we won games because of our Kiki token sacrificing with Meathook Massacre out. Won a game that didn't think we were going to win just because of that. Ooh, all right, Mirror Shell Crab's good. We don't need Jawari Disruption. I guess we should have probably technically done this first in case it doesn't matter. Abundant. So have you played anything sweet recently? Random knowledge alert. But I know for Professional Bowlers Association, you have to win either 10 normal tournaments or I think one major to be eligible to be voted for. Just hard to figure out what that would be for content creators and such. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just something like that. That would be my only concern is I don't think you want to do the flavor of the month thing where someone, you know, pops up and is really popular and who knows what the future will hold. I think you got to have some sort of qualifications for it. Bowling. I used to like bowling. It's been a long time since I bowled, but bowling's kind of fun. I've never been good at bowling. I mean, I think I don't know, maybe I got like 200 once, I want to say, something like that. On a really lucky day, but yeah, never been a great bowler. Hot shot mechanic, eh? Well, I mean, we can deal with that with the Emperor, so let's just play the land on blue. Pass the turn. Keep waiting. Keep digging. Opponent. I think the MTG is never going back to running them directly. They'll contract it out. So my prediction is we're going to start seeing events towards the end of this year. Assuming that things continue on the same trajectory, and there's no, crazy things with all the COVID stuff, but that is my guess, is towards like next fall, maybe rotation somewhere around there, that we'll see. I don't know if it'll be real events or if it'll like real events like GP pro events, or if it'll be more like Command Fest or whatever. But I think that it is very, very likely that we'll see some form of events. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Coming back the end of this year. But yes, it is probably true that it'll be with with outside tournament organizers running it rather than WotC themselves. Hey Seth, you said you never said we thought of my deck. You open and got distracted. Oh, let me see, Elf. If you went to the Hall of Fame, what deck would you bring as your deck? Oh, I mean, I think when it comes down to it, it would probably be Mono Red Prison for Modern. I think that's, and it's not there anymore because they banned Simian Spirit Guide, but I think overall, out of all the decks that I feel like that I really built and didn't just like help popularize or whatever, I think that that is the one that had the biggest impact. Like, that's one that I actually feel pretty proud of. I mean, as far as like for fun level, probably a Panharmonicon style deck. But I think just as far as like one that actually had like a relatively big impact on Magic overall, I think I would probably go with that one. Hit Our Swans Draw are some cards. Maybe the original Rhino deck would be on the list. Like 34 Rhinos. Like, I think that 34 Rhinos, if I look back on it, like, I think that was the deck in the video that kind of made everything happen to some extent. Like, that was the first video that a lot of people really took notice of. So that would be another good option on a personal level. For some reason, I was thinking that was a treasure, but you're right, that is a clue. I will get to cracking about it. Gets in, hits us, sure. Down to 7. I mean, we're fine. We're only taking 1. We can fare well at some point. I'll draw a card. Bard Class Legends. Oh yeah, I think Bard Class with Mirror Box is really fun. Really, really fun. We actually have Mirror Box coming up for Against the Odds tomorrow. Oh, that was such a hard Against the Odds card. It was that's the Restoration. It was a really tricky Against the Odds card just because... Yeah, let's discard this to get back Behold the Multiverse. And then Behold the Multiverse to draw cards. Next turn, once we have the mana, I mean, this Living End is going to win us the game, I think. Land on blue. Pass the turn. Keep taking our beats. Sitting on the... Actually, we can foretell this. Pass the turn. Okay, so right now, we get back 2 dogs and a turtle. We can get the crab in the graveyard. 2 dogs, a turtle, and a crab. About it. Bank Buster. Sure. About it. Gets in, hits us. Yeah, that was a sweet idea, Stone Ray. That was very, very, very different than anything I'd considered, which I like. That was definitely a really unique take with the Lithoform engine plan. Behold the Multiverse. Well, okay, 2 lands to the bottom. We're getting close. We're getting close to where we want to be. Ooh, Sunset Reverie is actually nice. Maybe I guess we can just keep waiting. Like, the longer we wait, the more things we get in the graveyard, the better this Brilliant Restoration is going to be. So for now, let's just keep waiting. Keep waiting about it. I think we're going to stifle this activation. Got him. Got him. Woo! Grabbed him! I mean, we just want to get it in the graveyard, and we got another counter. So yeah, I think the plan's gonna... Oh, actually, we don't got them. They had 3 extra mana? Oh, alright. Just kidding. Just kidding. Card for you after all. What's the idea of this deck? It's like standard... I think of it like standard Living End, where the idea is we're discarding these big channel creatures, and now we're going to use Brilliant Restoration to get them all back and beat our opponent down with them. And we're about, what, 2 turns away from this happening? Sure. Like, it's going to happen pretty soon. I think we're looking at next turn Farewell on Artifacts, and then... Okay... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, we could do it all, I guess. All right, untap. Play the land. Farewell. Artifacts. Sorry, opponent. Nice car you got over there. Oh, it's so brutal. Opponent's going to attempt to counter. Well, we are also going to attempt to... Well, now he might just be going for the win. We don't have a counter anymore. Okay, cruise. I don't know why they crewed, but sure. I'll go to combat. Hit ya. Pass the turn. All right, here it comes, here it comes. The Frog Saga deck was great. It was like legitimately good. We got 4-1 and it kind of crushed it. It felt really good. Surprisingly good. Latest chapter of the MTG manga, someone won a match with Restoration, Opalescence, and Pandemonium. So, wait, Doug, what is the MTG manga? I'm curious now. Opponent runs out the dork. Well, I mean, I think it's Brilliant Restoration time. Wandering Emperor, make it 2/2. Oh, they have a counter? Ooh, I think they have a counter. Well, now I'm nervous. Because if they counter the Brilliant Restoration, it's pretty bad. Well, that helps. Play a Bank Buster. See if that eats the counter. Oh, they do have a counter, though. They definitely have a counter. Well, tick up. I think they have a counter. Well, no, they have a vehicle they can crew. So maybe they don't. You know what? Boom. Do you got a counter? Hopefully not. I was thinking that it's definitely pausing, but it might just be the vehicle. So that makes sense. Well, there it is. There it is. There's the dorks. Your go opponent. Can you beat the biggest, jankiest board? Yeah, they could have something like negate, but I was forgetting vehicles cause you to pause if you can crew them. So I think that's what was causing the weird delay. No attacks. Destroy all humans, they can't be regenerated. It's about a couple of kids from 98-99 getting the tournament seed. It's full of nostalgia for his 90 kids. Final Fantasy, Nostradamus, Doom, Gundam. Interesting. So where do I find it, Doug? If I wanna check out Destroy All Humanity, where do I go? I mean, this should be enough to win, right? We got for 6 mana, we got a 5/7 with Ward. We got a 6/5 flyer and 2 6/5 tramplers. Pretty impressive. Well, draw with the Bang Buster. About it. Yeah. All right. Sunset Revelry. Sure. Ooh, Sky Turtle's nice. Well, take it up on a dog, I guess. Go to combat.
Remember your training.
Hit ya. Attack, 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 attack. And haven't done anything with Hidetsugu Consumes All yet. What do you want to see on the next Against the Odds poll? Hidetsugu Consumes All is interesting. It is the only one of the only 2, I want to say, win the game cards in the set. So it's definitely interesting for that purpose. Although it seems like a tough one. You gotta let me get the Rakdos deck. It seems like a tough one. You gotta wait for it to flip, and then you gotta deal 10 damage with it. I think it'll show up on Against the Odds, but I definitely expect it to be a... Wow, that was lethal. I definitely expect it to be a challenging card to win with. I think it's a fine like sideboard removal spell, but that's not what Against Odds is about. We want to win with the win the game trigger, lose the game trigger. I don't know how to make it work. Yeah, I have a Leon Trazi's Kami War deck. Actually, is one of our backup decks. I don't know if we'll actually get to it today, but I would like to try it at some point. Eater of Virtue is sweet. Kami War, we can build our own. Standard Mill, we've played Standard Mill a few times. What's the game plan with this deck? against various blue-white Jeskai control decks running around. So against the control decks, we got to win the counter war, basically. The other thing we can do is just hardcast our stuff. Like, we can just ramp into Sky Turtles and whatnot, but we do have a bunch of counters, a decent amount in the main deck, which is pretty helpful. Faithbound Judge. Huh. The opponent's artifacts. They're playing blue-white artifacts. March Otherworldly Light, Doomscar. Fateful Absence, Portable Hole. Go down. What? These main deck Sunset Revelries, I don't know. They seem fine. How many lands does this deck have? 24, 25, 26. Yeah, we'll go down one land. I mean, maybe this is about it. Like, the challenge, the thing that makes me worried about this deck is basically just, can we resolve the Brilliant Restoration? That's the challenge. Ooh, we have a new donation from Dang Wildfire, $2 donation. Thank you so much, Doug. The main boy in the comic is a black player. The main girl is a white player. The buy a box promo for Kamigawa Neon Dynasty is in Japan is an angel token of the girl drawn by the artist who does the manga. So is this like a big thing, Doug? That's actually super cool. They get so many cool promos over in APAC. Like, so many sweet promos that we don't get here. So is this like actually a pretty popular big thing? Oh, Cards and Friends is so much fun. Oh, that's a very good choice for starting out Moto. That deck's just ridiculously fun to play. I think it's a Jund build. Consume all plus natural growth with all the random equipment, pump spells in standard right now. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Although, boy, that mana is going to be tough. A natural growth has a lot of green symbols, so that might be the challenging part. But yeah, that does make sense. Favorite card in this set so far? Mirror Box is pretty addicting. I think there's a chance that Mirror Box ends up being and a mana only to cast artifact spells. I think there's a chance that Mirror Box ends up being kind of a Panharmonicon. I can see the similarities. So Mirror Box, colorless, supports a whole bunch of different archetypes, can potentially show up in everything from like Planeswalkers to creature decks. It reminds me of Panharmonicon and how we played. If you were here for the Panharmonicon era, we played so many different decks built around Panharmonicon. Return a non-land permanent. Yeah, I mean, I guess we probably don't want that leveling up. All right, get rid of the monk class. Ship the turn. Draw with the bank buster. So yeah, I think it might be Mirror Box. Although really, this set it's really good overall. It has exceeded my expectations in basically every way. And if this is what 2022 Magic is going to be like, we are in for an amazing year. Like, I think this might be one of the best years of Magic of all time. Yeah, the Legacy Panharmonicon win was pretty hilarious. It actually worked surprisingly well. It was actually like pretty good. Greasefang's really cool. What's your favorite card in the set, chat? What's your number one card? But really, there's a ton of cards that I like from this set. It's a good one. I'm doing it passive. Well, keep on drawing. Oh, we have so much I wish we had green mana. Awkward. Okay, draw a card. Oh! Alright, another bank buster. And March of Otherworldly Light. Get rid of Brilliant Restoration. Kill the hot shot mechanic. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That works. That works. Oh, reality chip. So, oh my goodness, yesterday, I was playing Modern yesterday. This was really, really cool. Can you run Farewell in a Super Friend style deck? Yes. It would actually be very good in a Super Friend style deck. I was playing Modern yesterday. I played against someone who was playing Hammer Time, but they were playing Hammer Time with Reality Chip, which that by itself maybe isn't that crazy. I think that like Canister has been playing that or something, but it seems really cool because I hadn't really thought this through. But if you're playing stuff like Sagas and whatnot, you can take in a, oh boy, we cannot find a land. You can take and equip it for free. So it turns into like 2 mana Future Sight. If you can flash it and just put it on a creature for free with Sagas. The funniest part though, is it's actually like super bugged because, all right, opponent. It's actually super bugged because my opponent cast it and it equipped to itself, which I don't even know. Wow, there's still no lands. It equipped to itself, which I do not think is, wow, this is a ridiculous draw. How is it possible there are no lands? Wow. Oh, we're gonna die. We're definitely gonna die. And not just in the like someday in the future, we're in the like die right now. How are there no lands in the top of our deck, even with that memory deluge? Well, we gotta hit a land. If we don't hit a land, none of this matters. Wow. All right. Woo! Hey, what's up, Magikarp? I can see ya. Oh, so it's definitely a bug. You shouldn't be able to equip it. You shouldn't be able to equip it to itself. That's not a thing that should be able to happen. We do have lands, right? 23, 24, 25. Yeah, we actually have a lot of lands. Well, that was unfortunate. Now, I'm still keeping that land cut. 25 is enough. It's enough. Hello from the U.S., Torba. How are you? Good to see you. Opponent. Oh, what did I miss, Magikarp? I mean, I see you in the chat saying, can you see me? But I didn't see a whole bunch of stuff before that. We have a new donation from Ronald Grinder, $2.22. Happy Tuesday to you, Seth. 2/22/22. Not only that, it's a Tuesday. Tuesday, 2/22/22. That's not gonna happen again in any of our existences. Once in a lifetime. Oh, that is hilarious. And thank you for the donation, Ronald. Definitely appreciate it. Tuesday. Well, land go. Oh, the hand was gonna work too if we could draw land. I saw someone in a Magic stream saying Magic Arena favors even land decks. The conspiracy theories are something else. Oh, it cracks me. There's so many Arena conspiracy theories, and I'm not above a good conspiracy theory, but favors even lands? That's a weird one. I don't even understand how that would be. How could that even be a thing? All right, opponents throwing their dorks. Most of the Arena conspiracy theories are just easy to write off because I just don't think Wizards is that competent. Like they're like, oh, they're somehow matching me into my bad matchups. If I win a few matches, then they'll throw me up against my hardest matchups to make me lose and drop my win rate. And like, okay, like. Sure, but you really think Wizards like has the power to, even if they wanted to do that? Do you really think they can go through every possible deck in Standard and determine that it's good in bad matchups, and then take and find you another person that's playing your bad matchup? And plus, if they were doing that, aren't they throwing someone else into their good matchup that's causing them to win? So wouldn't that blow the theory up? I don't know. There's something else. Yeah, they're ridiculous. Trying to see reason in a conspiracy theory is how you go crazy. That's probably good advice, actually. Yeah. Let's wander. Wow, maybe our opponent's not playing counters. I keep thinking they have counters, but maybe our opponent just does not play counters. Snipe it. Out of here. Take the one.
Not much of a roadblock.
Opponent. Vehicle. I mean, so it is true. It is true that in Best of One on Arena, there are weird matchmaking things, and I wonder if that plays into some of the conspiracy theories, because there are like power level matchmaking things where Wizards tries to match you against people decks of similar power. There are that's pretty good. There are a bonnet. Snipes our dork. Well, it might be time to say farewell to all these lovely vehicles. Yeah, I think it is. Farewell to you. I guess Artifacts gets it done. Boy, Farewell is a brutal card. Oh, there's like the opening hand generator thing that tries to give you the right amount of land. So I can see why, especially Best of One players, could think there was some sort of conspiracy going on, but I don't think those are conspiracies. Like, Wizards is upfront about most of those, like, as being things that they do. We can argue about whether or not they're smart things to do. Like, do we want hand smoothers? Do we want various forms of matchmaking? But I don't think it's, all right, sure. But I don't think it's actually like a conspiracy as much as just a conscious choice that Wizards is making. Several online games are confirmed to actually do stuff. Whether they deliberately start stacking you against people with higher MMR and against people with low MMR repeatedly. Interesting. What are some games that have done that? Got caught doing that. A Blue Orin, first time sub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Thanks for the other day's stream. I ended up checking out VeggieTales for my roommate. Today, I could not find my hairbrush while I was racing out the door. Guess what song started running through my head? Oh my god. Oh, where's my hairbrush? I still don't know how we ended up talking VeggieTales. That was the last thing I expected. The last thing I expected to come up on stream was VeggieTales singing in conversation, but hey, I mean, that's the beauty of the stream. You never know. I hadn't thought about VeggieTales in, I don't even know, decades, like so long. It's been like a ridiculously long time. Haha. Actually, no, sure. You do you, opponent. Bank bust us. I dare ya. I think we'd rather deluge and hit. Ooh. Those are good cards. Crab. Oh, we're gonna set up for a good Brilliant Restoration here. About it. There's a VeggieTales birthday song. I do not remember the VeggieTales birthday song. So, portable hole. Get rid of the bank buster. We don't want our opponent drawing cards. Our opponent's in trouble. I don't know if they know they're in trouble yet, but our opponent is in trouble. What is the VeggieTales birthday song? Do I gotta look it up now? I don't know how bad they are with. I don't know how bad they are with copyright. We'll see. All right, here it is. Please don't copyright strike me, VeggieTales.
The Boy Brothers. It's a French Western. Yoo-hoo!
Zeb,
Right along.
Gad,
Hey,
one more.
the
Where's
crazy
Oh, was a little different.
time we do.
Huh. I didn't hear much of a song there. Sure, play that. Where's the actual, hang on. There's got to be a song in there somewhere. Oh, this one's shorter. All right, let's try.
Not so fast, fellas. Special announcement. Today,
Myself.
Oh, all right. VeggieTales watch along stream. That could be funny. I don't know. It's been I don't know if VeggieTales holds up to the test of time. It's been a long time about it. I mean, we're gonna put an end to this. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard that song before. I don't remember that one. All right. We're going to bounce the automated artificer. Opponent's leaving up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think we gotta wait. I'm still worried about a counter. We still got a crab. We're gonna set up for a good one. About it. Automated artificer returns. Yeah, I just remember it from growing. I actually had forgotten all about it until someone mentioned it last stream. And apparently it's all still in my head from childhood, because I remember several of the songs. But boy, it's been a long time since before last stream, it's been an incredibly long time since I thought of VeggieTales. What do we do here? I mean, we want the Sky Turtle. I guess we can just Sky Turtle Doomscar. I mean, we're just gonna set up for the biggest turn of all time. Doomscar you. Like, we have plenty of cards. Wrath your board. Eventually, we're gonna cast this Brilliant Restoration, and it's gonna be so good. Oh, we're so close. Past the turn. What's our graveyard looking like? Creature-wise, 1 turtle, 1 dog, 2 crabs. But we got 2 more in hand. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Yeah, I mean, as someone who grew up as a Christian kid, you know, however long ago, I definitely remember VeggieTales. That was a thing during childhood. When it deals combat damage, you play an artifact card with mana value less than or equal to the damage. Yeah, all right. Let's keep digging. I mean, our opponent could have a counter in hand. I guess we do want to find a counter. Saw it coming, and how long do we wait? Yeah, let's take a Bank Buster. I mean, I guess we're not really in any big rush. We can just keep waiting and bouncing and annoying until our opponent eventually runs out of cards, and then we cast the Brilliant Restoration, just win immediately. About it. I mean, they probably are holding a land, but I mean, we're not really. I don't know what's our rush at this point. Like, there's not really any rush other than, I guess, making the game end sooner, but we're just in such a great position. There's not really any reason that we need to, like, hurry things up. Sure. Plus, we want to get this crab in the graveyard at some point. Well, draw a card. The longer we wait, the bigger our graveyard gets. Ooh, that's not bad. All right, there's a dog in the graveyard. Hey, Seth in chat. I've been working on a Naya mid-range that could use some feedback. I'd love to see it. Send me a link, Achilles guy. I would love to take a peek. Well, we'll foretell now, I guess. Pass the turn. One of the weird things about foretell is it can't be a giveaway. Like, our opponent probably guesses it's a Saw coming. I guess we do have Doomscar in the deck, so they could think it's a Doomscar. Opponent goes attacking. Wandering Emperor. Get rid of the Tactician. Let me see Achilles guy. Have you tried current Vintage Cube? It's so cool that they added a Gitrog monster. Oh, they did have a counter. It's so cool that they added a Gitrog monster archetype. I have not. I've been so focused on new Kamigawa stuff. I haven't played this front of a Vintage Cube at all. Is it good? I mean, Gitrog monster is a sweet archetype. Opponent hits us. All right, let's see it, opponent. Let's see this scary artifact. Mag Titan Core. Fair enough. Well, draw a card. I mean, at some point, our opponent's going to force our hand and... Ooh, all right. Another dog. I mean, we could just win. Do we gotta just win? Can we get more value? Is it possible? I guess we can just win. All right. We will begrudgingly win the game. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we still have 2 counters up. Yeah. All right. Brilliant Restoration. Opponent. Whoa! 2 turtles, 2 crabs, 3 dogs, and GG. Wandering Emperor. Sure, we don't even care. Wander away. Wander away. Naya mid-range. Ooh, so kind of like a human theme Naya mid-range. So one thing that stands out to me just at a glance is... might need a little bit of curve adjustment. I think that you're going to run into issues with 4 Helena Elenas, 4 Sigardas, and 3 Uvenwald oddities, and 2 Wandering Emperors all in the 4-drop slot. So I think even though those are all really powerful cards, probably going to be necessary to have a little bit more variety as far as mana value. So I think drop some of the 4-drops. I don't know which one you... I would probably trim some of the legendary ones, honestly. Like, both Helena Elena and Sigarda are legends. So maybe you go down to, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 each. If there's one that you really love, then you can obviously keep it. That's just my advice, though, is I think that that's probably too many 4-drops. I would probably replace it with another Luminarch Aspirant. Maybe a 1-drop could be good. But I think you're on the right track. The only thing that really jumps out to me is too many 4-drops for the deck to function pretty well. So that would be my advice. Could also add, like, well, so you got Brutal Elite Spellbinder and Adelaide. I think the 2-drop slot is where I would focus. Either 1-drops or 2-drops and trimming down on 4-drops. But as far as the actual cards in the deck, they're all really powerful. So I think the cards themselves are solid. Well, opponent, here we come. I appreciate that our opponent's trying to Mag Titan Core, but that's not going to keep him alive. Death is still coming. Opponent going to crew up the vehicle. Sure. Would you like to chump, opponent? Any 1-drop or 2-drop come to mind. So I would be thinking definitely play the 4th Luminarch Aspirant. That would probably be choice number 1. And then beyond that, I kind of like Hopeful Initiate in our current meta. That's one that's grown on me. Because of so many vehicles running around. So that would be a possibility. Thalia might be a good option for that deck. You don't really have a lot of non-creature spells, and most of them are pretty cheap. So that would be a good way to maybe slow down control a little bit. So those would be a couple of possibilities. Well, that worked. I mean, this is kind of a little bit... Ooh, yeah, Lion's a good one as well. I made a Hidetsugu rough draft. Lots of pass to a turn 5 kill. Let me take a look at this deck. Lots of pass to a turn 5 kill. So Hidetsugu consumes all. So you need to play this, you need to flip it, and then you need to deal 10 damage with it, and it kills someone. So, play it, flip it, haste it with Invigorating Hot Springs, double strike, put some counters on it, double strike. I mean, it seems possible that could get a win. I mean, obviously Hidetsugu second right, or Hidetsugu consumes all is going to be a A risky card where I don't think it's gonna have a good win percentage, but if we pull it off once, it's gonna be worth it. It's definitely like the epitome of against odds. Like if your goal is to win with its ability, I think it's a weird card because on one hand, I think this could be even modern playable as just like a sideboard card for its front half, which I think is pretty relevant. Is like a hate card hoser. The back half, though, that's where the against the odds potential comes in. Needing to deal 10 damage. It gets easier in older formats. There's some bigger pump spells. Story Weave is a must-have. Put 2 Lore outside target Saga you control next time one or more enchantment creatures enter the battlefield under your control this turn. It enters with 2+1/+1 counters. That is pretty cute. So you can play Hidasugu Consumes All and then flip it. And it enters as a 5/5, which then turns on a double strike effect, potentially being lethal. That is sweet tech. Magic Age use it in Modern already for all the 1-drop artifacts. Yeah, I think it's a reasonable like sideboard card. People play a lot of weird cards to deal with Urza Saga. And even though it doesn't kill Urza Saga itself, it does deal with everything that Urza Saga makes. So I think that gives it potential by itself in Modern. Avogrado SG for the 11th month. You and I love Enchantress, but I've never seen you make an Enchantress-style EDH deck. Any chance you might make a Cephis deck? Ooh, I can play Enchantress at some point. Enchantress, I feel like is just really, 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 really powerful in Commander. It does draw a lot of cards, which I like. The thing I dislike, I think, is I feel like Enchantress... I feel like it incentivizes you to play some mean cards in Commander. I feel like I would be very tempted to kind of be... Wow, opponent is here. Huh. Kind of be playing like prison-y style stuff, Staxy style stuff. So I think that's why I stay away from it. It's really easy to start dumping all the you can't attack me, you can't do this, you can't do that type of stuff into the deck. But Sathas is just a really powerful commander. Abundant. Worst case you draw a ton of cards, which is never bad. Yeah, maybe I'll play it for a week when it can be a little miserable. All right, there's the Oni called Anvil. Well, you know what's good against this, I think, is Farewell. If we can get to Farewell, man, maybe Farewell's just a staple. Maybe Farewell's just like a great card. Being able to exile all this stuff seems so relevant. We obviously don't have it at the moment, but I was thinking Farewell, like, great commander card, but maybe it's a great standard card. Like, maybe it is on the Doomscar level in this meta with so many vehicles and sagas as enchantments. There's so many non-creature stuff to hit. Ishin Prison. Ooh. Wait, Ishin Prison? That's an actual deck? The Small Crimson Fox. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. Brilliant Restoration. All right, land on green. Well, for now, we're going to discard dogs, I think. Abundant. Mountain. Huh. That's awkward. Yeah, I think we just gotta bounce it. Ugh. This is actually a sketchy spot to be in. This aggro deck is coming for us. Where's that Farewell? Yeah, I was thinking it was going to be a great Wrath for... Yeah, I have that Spur Super Friends deck built too. I don't think we're going to get to it today, but it is one I'd be interested in playing in the future. I think it's been long enough since War the Spark and since the Planeswalker dominant standard that I'm kind of excited to actually play Super Friends again. Just noticed the other day, the white dragon is called Ao. Ao means blue-green. Why is a white dragon called blue? That is... Thank you for the cheer. I didn't even know that meant blue and green. Huh. I didn't know what it meant. I just wanted to say, Ayo! But I don't even think that's how you pronounce it, even though those are literally the letters. Japanese is a confusing language. If you don't know Japanese, it's tricky. I guess that's true of most languages. They're going to play this. They're going to get a 3-1 haste. All right, land on white. Go. I mean, we need to find a Wrath. We got to find a Wrath at some point, or we're just going to end up dying. So we can Memory Deluge, try to find a Wrath. Next turn, we can pitch the dog in Sunset Revelry. Right? Smelter returns. About it. Yeah, that is weird. I didn't realize that that's what the word meant in Japanese, but it is strange to have the white dragon have a different color in its name. Well, Memory Deluge. Show us farewell, please. Ugh, no farewell. Well, take the dog and take the farmland. All right. Here comes the hasty construct. Opponent hits us down to 10. Where's our wraths? Where's our wraths? That's not a wrath. So play the land. Sunset Revelry to hopefully stay alive. Back up to 14. Pass the turn. Oh, that might have been a punt. If we pitched, if we discard the dog, we could have actually drawn a card there too. Never expect to actually draw a card with it, but eh. Love the Commander podcast today. Really hope Wizards hires the Arsene expands it. Yeah, I think that there's a lot with Commander becoming so important. And if you haven't heard the podcast, you should listen to it on the Commander channel. It's an interesting one about how the ban list is managed and so forth. For Commander, but I think that's where I'm at too. Is I feel like the RC could use more resources and support. It's pretty crazy that Commander has become what it is, like the driving force of Magic, and it's still managed by a small group of volunteers. Essentially, like that's the part that's just crazy to me. Crazy to me. Well, block and block. Discard the dog. Get a land. Oh, come on, farewell. Down to 10. Even worse than that, kinda, because of the anvil. Mirror Shell Crab. Dying. Reanimating is not even that good. We get a turtle and a dog, but we still just get beaten down. Well, I mean, I guess this means we gotta pass. Unfortunately, we might be dying this time. Our opponent might have us. Ooh, opponent adapts. And... ooh, another anvil. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How can we get out of this? Can we get out of this? Okay. Opponent. So he sacked this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, we can stifle this smelter ability. The question is if we just got a Memory Deluge. Like, take the beats and try to Memory Deluge for farewell. If that's better. So I sack here. Well, actually, I'm just not convinced that, Without a Wrath, I don't think our graveyard's enough to stabilize. Like, that's the issue. We're getting so low on life. We're going to get back 4 things. But I'm not sure that that's going to be enough. With our life total so low and the Oni Call anvils, I feel like we need a sweeper. Because these are just going to ping us. Yeah. Ping us to death. Well, farewell. Please, farewell. Yeah, that was the only question, was whether we had to find the farewell. I mean, we still have to find the farewell, but discard the dog. Get a plains. Farewell, please. I guess Doomscar would be fine too. Sky Turtle. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah. I'll play the land. We'll see. I don't think this is enough, but we're going to go for it. 1, 2. Sky Turtle. Bounce the Smelter. Brilliant Restoration. Get them all back. But these anvils are still a lot of damage. I mean, that was a huge turn. 2 turtles, a dog, and a crab. Oh, we'll see. I mean, we're not literally dead on board, right? Opponent can hit us for 3, 4. Like, they don't have straight up lethal, and we do have a big board. So maybe by some miracle, we can just attack them and trample them and win. Okay, Smelter returns. Anyone here mess with Slogurk and the new channel lands yet? They've been super fun. I made this deck been doing well. Ooh, let me see. I haven't actually, that was a synergy that I considered during spoiler season, but I hadn't actually played it yet. That was a ambitious attack. We will block. Block it all. Opponent sacks. Hits us. I mean, so we got to win this turn through the blockers, which I'm not sure we can't. Opponent goes to 25. 6, 12, 18, 24. All right. Memory Deluge. Oh, nothing useful. All right, Deserted Beach. Mirror Shell Crab. Play the land. All attack. Wow, so close. Oh, then it blocks with the Smelter. Whoa! Opponent punts. Opponent does not block the non-tramp. Wow! Opponent didn't counter the. Wow, they didn't counter the or block the trampler. They needed to block the crab, and they blocked the. They blocked the dog. Wrong animal chosen. Oh, how do we survive at 1 though? Well, the problem is they had enough mana they could just pay for the crab. So we could discard the crab to try to counter the activation, but it's a mana leak, not a hard counter. So I think, unless our opponent tapped their mana first, I think they would have just been able to. I think they would have just been able to pay for it and still kill us. So I think we kind of needed that punt to happen to have a shot. All right. Well, yeah, Wandering Emperor seems weak in this matchup. The Sweeper seemed good. We need all of our finishers. Farewell, we want more than anything. All right, let's try it like that. Here we go, here we go. Historic Channel plus Bag of Holding, or is it too fragile? I mean, I think it would be fun, but it's probably a little bit too fragile. The hard part is, with Mega Holding, you need what, 4 mana to get your cards back? I mean, it's definitely a cool synergy that whenever you discard a card, you're going to store it up for the future. And I think Mega Holding is a pretty decent card. I wonder if just, I guess it returns it to the hand. I was going to say I wonder if Containment Construct would just be better, but then you're still just casting it. So you're not getting it back to reuse a channel ability. I don't know. It's probably too fragile to really be like competitive, but I think you could build a fun like budget deck around it, or semi-competitive deck. Well, we got Farewell. You know, we'll put the March to the bottom. Well, we got a plan. Live and cast Farewell. Would Faithful Mending work better than Sunset Revelry here? Maybe. So I think the upside of Sunset Revelry, even though it looks really weird, is the life gain is pretty is much higher than it is from Faithful Mending. Faithful Mending gain 2. Filling the Graveyard is nice. Sunset Revelry, you're getting 4, and it's really like 8 or 10 or something when you consider that you get to use the tokens to block with. So I think that Faithful Mending it's a more powerful card for sure. The question is, do we still live if we switch to Faithful Mending? Or do we need the higher amount of life gain just to stay alive? Like last game, we were right on the cusp of dying when we were finally able to do our thing and win the game. So, well, this is going to be a decent Sunset Revelry. Up to 23. Make some 1/1s. Opponent. Statue. Boy, this Farewell might lead to a concession. Unless our opponent can get us with this Reactor first, which is getting a lot of counters. I wish we could bounce it. Opponent's gonna sack. Trigger. I mean, this Reactor is kind of going off. About it. Goes to combat attacks. Block and block. Wow, are we just gonna be dead? It's a pretty ridiculous start. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Wow. Wow. I don't know. Well, now we're seeing the downside of Farewell, which is 6 mana is a ton. As powerful as it is, 6 mana is a really, really large number. And it's not always easy to live until you get sick. And I mean, I think our opponents just had a pretty ridiculous draw with how this is played out, but still. Opponent's gonna sack, turn on all their dorks. I mean, they've had just enough blood tokens to make this work. Like, just barely enough. About it. Yeah, we can't bounce much relevant with the turtle, unfortunately. We don't really want to bounce the statuettes, because then they just come back better. So I guess we're just chumping. I don't know if we're going to live long enough, honestly. Especially, I mean, this Reactor is at 12. It's at 12. About it. Passes. I'll play the land and pass the turn. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Opponent taps. We would prefer opponent to tap some of their mana, so they don't have the ability to 12 us with this Reactor. Okay, that's a little bit of mana. Discards a land, gets some triggers. Will it be in time? I mean, we have the sweep of the century coming up, but is it going to be too late? About it draws a card. Inscription of Ruin. All right. Well, discard. I think this is fine. We got to keep the dog to get a land. All right. Yeah. But our opponent did tap down to the point where they can't 13 us. So I think we're fine now. Discard the dog. Grab a plains. Wow, Farewell is so good. Oh, yeah, I think our opponent, if they had focused on hitting us with the reactor, they would have killed us. Well, so long, Farewell. Wow. So I guess Artifact does it? I mean, I kind of think our opponent just concedes. Opponent got off to the most ridiculous start imaginable, and it was not enough. But I mean, couldn't our opponent have sacked the blood token to the anvil to turn on the statuettes and had 4 mana left over to reactor us? Because they spent a mana to sack the blood token to loot away a land. Like, I think if they just play the land and sack the blood token to anvil, I think we're dead. I mean, I can't blame our opponent because I also like drawing cards, so I can't blame him too much for wanting to get the loot value, but still. Wow, that was a frightening start. When we played the Artifact Sack deck, we did not play the statuettes, and those statuettes were frightening. Absolutely frightening. Well, now I think we're in pretty good shape. Took your advice and tweaked the deck. Seems to be synergized a little better, but seems to burn out quickly. Oh, is this the Naya deck? Well, I mean, obviously go with what's working for you. So we need Brilliant Restoration. How much do we have in the graveyard? A turtle and a dog. That actually might be enough. Brilliant Restoration and crab? Yeah, we're just gonna do it. Not the biggest Brilliant Restoration, but I mean that's still 12 power. That's still a lot. That's still hopefully enough to win this game. Opponent. I'm pretty thankful for Farewell after that one. Ooh, blood on the snow. All right. Well, pass the turn. Opponent's got sweepers too. Hey, yeah, thanks for coming by, Achilles guy. Anytime. Well, get back some stuff. I mean, the nice thing about this synergy is eventually we'll find another Brilliant Restoration, and we just get to do it again. Like, our opponent wrapping our board, sure, whatever. You slowed us down, but long term, this is gonna keep happening. There's not a way to stop it unless you get Graveyard A. About it, dabs. Ew. Well, I think that's a decent use of our crab. Oh, crab away the golds, man. Haven't seen the podcast yet, but why do you think no alternate ban lists for Commander have emerged from the community if everyone says the current ban list sucks? Oh. I'd like to find a counter. Ideally. Yeah, let's wait. Let's wait and find a counter. Make it count. Okay. Well, all right. So we can crab or turtle bouds. Big it up. But this means we can't deluge. So I think that it's hard to get. I think it's very difficult to get everyone to agree on something. Like, you really need, because I wondered that too. Why hasn't there been just like, another ban list? If people don't like the current ban list, why not just make another one? And rules are only as good as the amount of people that obey them, if that makes sense. Like, having all the rules in the world don't really do anything if no one's gonna listen to them. And I think that having having a split format is just unlikely to work. And there are some, there's like French 1v1 rules, and there's Canadian Highlander, which is similar. But you actually have to like create your own ban list and then have it be popular enough that other people actually want to follow it. And not only like a few people, not just like your friends, but you actually need a whole bunch of people. You need everyone or many people to follow it, or it's not going to work. So it's an interesting idea, but in practice, it seems difficult to actually make it happen. Tiny Leaders, Oathbreaker. There's been many. I mean, and those are kind of distinct formats rather than just like a twist on Commander. But yeah, there have been many pseudo Commander formats that have not really taken off. Well, all right. Discard the turn. This is going to be so good. Bounce the dragon again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Portable hole. Get rid of the statuette. Ooh. I mean, Tiny Leader. Did you like Tiny Leaders? I played Tiny Leaders a little bit. It was fun for a minute when it first started. That was my experience. Like, it was fun, but it got old very quickly. Like, it's such a small card pool that eventually there was like a best deck and everyone just played the best deck, and it ended up not being nearly as fun as it sounded. So yeah, that was kind of the issue, is it did get salved relatively quickly. Well, all right, we got a crab for that. Stop the gold span. I would love to find one counter, but I guess we're just... Oh, okay, that makes it easy. In that case, Brilliant Restoration, get them all, crew up the dorks, see if we got another sweeper. Since we do another restoration, we should be fine. Like, if they have a sweeper, we can counter it. If they don't, they should be dead. And if somehow this goes wrong, then we got another Brilliant Restoration about it. That's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. The Epicure is not enough. About it. Kamigawa Black Tiny Leaders. Oh, that could be a funny Commander Clash episode just for the memes. Just for the Kamigawa Black Tiny Leaders title. About it. Sure. I mean, at this point, I don't think any of this matters. Opponent's going to make a dork. I mean, our opponent's just super duper dead. I feel like it's true that there's a lot of big names in Commander community now that didn't exist before. Like, even if Goldfish were used a formalized list for MTG Goldfish Commander, at worst, it would draw attention to generate a community agreed upon solution. I mean, I think you're maybe underestimating the amount of Commander players there are and overestimating the reach of Goldfish. Like, I think a lot of enfranchised players probably know who Goldfish is, but there's so many people that play Commander, and there's so many casual players that I don't know if it could work. And I do think it's important that there's an agreed upon ban list. Like, I don't think Commander would be successful with multiple sets of rules. I think that would be unlikely to be successful. So I think we'd have to end with one set of rules eventually. Yeah, I don't know. It's a cool idea, but I just think in practice, I would be surprised if it actually worked. If you're able to actually get enough people to agree on a different rule set. And the thing is, like, also worth mentioning that I don't think that's like universally... I don't know if it's universally agreed upon that the current ban list is bad or a problem. So I think that's worth mentioning too, that I think some people like the current ban list. Wow. Huh. I will say, streaming is so funny. Some days we stream and we just and we go like 1 in 10 and can't win no matter what we play. Other days we play janky decks and we just can't lose no matter what we do. This was one of those later days. Like, we played Rakdos Toad Sagas and we went 4-1. We lost once to Hinata, but we got revenge on Hinata, and the deck kind of crushed people. And then we switched to janky, brilliant Restoration Living End, and we only got in a couple games because the games went pretty long, but we also went 2-0, so we hardly even lost today. We were ranking up and just kind of crushed it. So standard is pretty sweet right now. Oh, Flump. Oh, don't remind me of the Flump deck. We were like 0-30 or something until we finally sort of won with Flump, but whew. As long as Moto doesn't allow you to have private games with your own ban list, I'm kind of in favor of no ban list. Yeah, I wish Moto let us do custom commander. I would love to do some no ban list games or other weird things, have like non-commanders be commander. There's so many cool things that we could do. I think 1 in 27 sounds right. There's so many cool things that we could do if we had more control over the cards that you could play and could stray from the official rules, but I don't know. Maybe they'll add that eventually. Do you think that Tasha's Hideous Laughter would be banned in Tiny Leaders? Maybe. I mean, it would take advantage of the fact that everything's 3 mana or less. So actually, well, I don't know. I'd have to do the math on it. I'm going to say no, but I'm going to say it'd be very powerful in that format, but it probably wouldn't have to be banned because it would be a one of. I think if you play multiple copies, it would definitely be a real problem. But one is probably going to mill like 15 cards or something, 20 cards, and that's hopefully okay. But on that note, everyone, I think that brings us to the end of our stream for today. So we still got more janky standard decks to play. We also have decks for other formats coming up. So quick overview, tomorrow's Against the Odds, going to be in standard, but then Friday for Ultra Brew, we're heading to modern, and then we got Pioneer coming up for our next Budget Magic. So we got a nice smorgasbord of formats coming. And of course, we'll be back on Thursday for some more streaming action. Don't know what we're playing, but we'll have some fun and do something. So reminders on the way out the door, check out the YouTube channel, replay channel if you missed anything. And one more reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And if you need some Magic cards, maybe from Kamigawa, maybe, I don't know, I guess they're from Kamigawa too. So I guess from Kamigawa, but they got other sets as well. You get them at cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish and even get a free MTG Goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes and they'll hook you up. Most importantly, thank you to each and every one of you. Y'all are amazing and awesome and spectacular. And I appreciate y'all so very much. So thanks for hanging out this Tuesday afternoon, everyone. Have an amazing evening, a great day. I love y'all. And yeah, I'll see you on Thursday. Until then, I will talk to you soon.